Hey everyone, thanks for joining Learn to Play Games. My name is Lance, and in today's video I'm going to be playing through Too Many Bones Undertow, and this is the very first mission, or one of the starting bosses that's recommended. Now, I'm looking at potentially turning this into a campaign, so I'm going to play it as such, but I'm going to leave that up to you as the viewers. If you guys like this, let me know in the comments down below if you'd like me to continue, and definitely hit that like button and let me know what you think of this, and then I will go ahead and continue, hopefully, in this campaign, depending upon how I do here. So with that, I'm going to be going up against Barnacle today, and then, like I said, in the campaign you have 18 days to go up against 3 different tyrants. The first is always going to be Barnacle, the second will be randomized, which I might leave up to you, the viewers, and then the third will be Nebulous that I'll be going up against. And for Barnacle, I will have to get 5 progress points before I can face him, and then at that point I have any number of days to defeat him, hopefully sooner rather than later. As the farther along you go, or the longer it takes you, the harder it's going to be to defeat those later bosses, as the enemies and the days do not get reset. So I'm going to be going up against consistently harder and harder enemies as time goes on. So I definitely want to progress fast, or somewhat fast, so that I can go up against some of those bosses and get them out of the way. The one other thing I do want to point out is that I am still somewhat new or refreshed to Too Many Bones, meaning that it's been a little while since I've played. I was able to play a couple of games throughout the last couple months, but I am still not an expert player at this. So I will be referencing some of the guides and books and stuff like that throughout the video, and I'll probably be doing jump cuts through that. But being that out of the way, let me know in the comments down below if I make any mistakes with some of these characters, as I'm not 100% familiar with all of them, and some of my strategies might be different than yours. So let me know in the comments down below what type of strategies you do. And I'll be using the 2 main characters in Undertow, which are going to be Stanza and Duster, and I'm also throwing in Gasket to add some variety to this, and I'll have all 3 of these characters running at once. So again, let me know your strategies, or if there's different things that I do that you're like, why did he do that? So let me know in those comments down below. And from there, let's go ahead and move into this. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and play Heroic, which is going to give me a couple little benefits, as again, I'm not an expert at this. So I don't want to necessarily try this at the hardest difficulty, which is just straight up Undertow, where I don't get any bonuses. So with Heroic, each one of my characters is going to receive 1 bonus health. So Stanza will start with 6 instead of 5. Duster will have 4 instead of 3. And Gasket is going to have 2 instead of 1. Lucky for him. And then each one of them will also get a skill point to spend. So I'll go ahead and start with Gasket. I'm going to go ahead and try to add an additional attack to his thing. So I'm going to go ahead and roll an attack die and see what it has to say. I'm good there, so I can add that 1 to it. So now he has 2 attack. With Duster, I think I'm going to go ahead and start by gaining the, what's it called? Duster. I will go ahead and gain the throwing dagger, I think. Duster's throwing dagger, which is number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in there, as having an additional way to do damage is always good. And then over to Stanza, I think I'm going to go ahead. She is... I think I'm going to go ahead and try to add another defense to her. So let's go ahead and roll, and I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead and add that second defense in there to make her a little bit better defensively. All right, so from there, then we're ready to move into the campaign itself. So I went ahead and created my deck already, and with this one, I'm going to start with a day 1 card. So let's go ahead and see what I've pulled. So this one is Your Move. Breathe. Chaos is everywhere. Guards, mechs, chaos. More mechs, more guards. Deep breath. It's time to move, but nothing could be more dangerous. The nearby surroundings are unknown, but there's a guard just up ahead with his back turned. Ooh, I almost forgot. Each one of my people do start with a loot card. So Gasket first has Fortunate Discovery. He gets to, well, he can't actually use those, but he can cash those in to increase his consumable die. Then we have Kelp. This one is going to fully heal yourself if currently at 1 HP, otherwise heal 2 HP. Nice. And Stanza gets Descaler. Grant any gear lock 2 buff HP. Otherwise, during a lockpick attempt, use this to open a lock of 4 or less without the use of an action die. Okay, nice. All right, so getting back to this, let's see. Where was I? A quick move and anything he's holding could possibly be stolen and put to good use. Maybe a few minutes to get the lay of the land would be beneficial, but the opportunity for extra wares will be lost. Deep breath, time to move. So with this one, I'm going to have 2 different choices. I can find a lookout perch, reveal the first baddie from each baddie stack, and cycle any to the bottom of the stacks if desired. If cycled, reveal the next baddie in that stack. And this one will get me a skill point as well for each one of my gear locks. And then, or I can choose to pick a pocket or 2. This one's going to get me 2 extra loots. And the guard's pack is embroidered with Lion and Bart. Is an odd name for an guard. So I think I'm going to go with the skill point, because anytime I have an opportunity to gain more skill points from my gear locks, that is a really good thing. Loot cards are good, but I definitely am going to lean towards that. So I'm going to find a lookout perch. So with this one, I get to reveal the first baddie in each baddie stack. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the level 1 baddie, and this one is a Cobalt Collector. He doesn't look too bad, so I think I'm going to leave him on that stack. The 5-point baddie is a Dragon Juvenile. This is a 5. I think I'm going to drop him to the bottom of the stack. And then it does say that, let's see, and cycle any bottom stacks if desired. If cycled, reveal the next baddie in that stack. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this one is a Dragon Grounder. This is a weakened 2. He's even worse. I probably should have stuck with the Juvenile. Oh, man. Okay. And the 20-point baddie, right? From each baddie stack. Yep. All right, so this one is a... Well, I think I'll just leave him on top for now, because I don't know too much about the 20-point baddie, so he could be good or he could be bad. All right, then I get to move on, as that is not there's no combat involved with that. So then I'm going to move on to my reward phase. So each one of my gear locks will gain a new skill point that they can spend. So let's start with Stanza. With Stanza, let's go ahead and start with, I'm going to gain one of her new songs. So let's see, which one do I want to do? I will take... I'm going to go ahead and take Second Chances. That's number 2, and that one will give me opportunities to gain the crossbones. With Duster, I think I'm going to go with an extra defense. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a die and see what I get here. It is a bone, so I got to roll that again. And it's another one, so I have to choose another skill, as I won't get that one. So I'm going to go ahead and take the throwing daggers. I think that'll be the next choice for me. So then it's over to Gasket to go, and I think with Gasket I'm just going to gain another health. Having only 2 HP is kind of risky for him, I think, so I'm going to go ahead and just tack on another health there. And that is going to finish this off, as well as I get a loot per, or 1 loot card, I think. Let me double check here. That symbol is... Each gear lock draws 1. All right, so each one of us will get a second gear card. So we have Kelp Powder, which is 2 uses. I have the Jungle Spear, and another Fortunate Discovery. Okay. So from there, then we're going to move on to dealing with the training points. That's the name of it. I completely forgot that. So we handled that, and then we logged our progress. Now we're going to have to do lockpicking, loot trading, and individual options. So as far as loot trading goes, is there anything that I want to So I think I will go ahead and give this to Duster, the fortunate discovery. And I would love to give something to him, but I guess I can use the fortunate discovery to boost that instead, as the other ones, the rest of these are pretty decent. Like the kelp powder is okay, especially I think it'll be better later in the game. So from there, then we have to, each one of us has to choose to either heal back to our full health, as none of us have taken damage. That's not going to be a choice. We could search for better loot, or we could scout ahead, and we already have some things out there. So I think I'm pretty much good there. So I think I'm just going to simply pass on that step and move on to the next one. So first off, I do have a progress point here, so I'm going to place that up on that area there. Then I get to rotate to day 2, and now I have a new loot card that we have to reveal. So let's find out what we got here. This one is Settling into Our Adventure. Settling into our adventure, now that Oberon is safely in the past, thoughts turn to the task of building a raft to navigate the Sibron. Chopping down trees is tiring, splinter-getting work, but the sounds of loud quarreling nearby reveal a simpler option. A group of unsuspecting barbarians with piles of stolen resources strewn about their camp. Brick, lumber, grain, ore, and wood. So much wool. Or wool, so much wool. At the moment, the entire group is puzzling over how to build a catapult from 2 wood and 3 brick. Taking on the whole group is doable, but perhaps a little tough. If we make some subtle noises from the tree line, maybe we can lure a few of them away in search of a robber who might steal from their stash at random. So with this, I'm going to have 2 choices again. I can choose to do that. I can make some noise. The distraction worked. Now this is nobody's largest army. With this one, my baddie Q is going to be baddie points minus 1 point, and then I have surprise. Or I can choose the longest road always leads to victory. Attack them all. This is just going to be straight up baddie points. With that one, I would get a loot card per guy, and I will get my 2 training points at the bottom. So I can go easy way, or I could go a little bit harder and get some loot out of this as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, as it is only day 2, so I'm going to be facing 6 points of baddies. I'm okay with that, because either way I'm going to be facing the 5-point baddie, which is the nasty one anyways. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and make our baddie Q. So I'm going to get the 5-point baddie and the 1-point baddie. That'll be my 6 points. And then I'm going to go ahead and start off the 5-point, or the 5-point baddie is going to be first. He gets 7 hit points. So 2, 3, 6, 7. And he is a melee enemy. So I'm going to place him there, and then his rating is a 5. Oof, he's fast. All right, so he'll go up there. The second baddie is going to be 3, not as quick. 3 hit points. And that one does have equipment, so he's going to have to roll at the beginning, and he has a melee attack as well. So he'll go there. And then let's go ahead and handle the equipment real quick and see what that does. So with equipment, when this unit enters the battle mat, roll a d6. And, all right, it's a 3. So a 3 or 4 is going to increase the attack stat by 1. Place attack die on the baddie to remember its buff. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll add that there. So now he's going to get 2 attack dice. Okay. From there, then my characters will go out. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Stanza. I'm going to go ahead and place her right in front of that wyvern, or the dragon there. And then I'll go with Duster next. I'll place her in front of the smaller baddie. And then Gasket, I'm going to go ahead and place over on the edge. That way he can kind of come up and over, hopefully. Or I think I'm actually going to place him on this side so that I can get at that dragon a little bit quicker. So I have to roll each one of their initiative dice to determine the order for my guys. All right, so we have 5, so she's going to get to go first, and then Stanza and Gasket. So do I want Gasket to go first or Stanza? I'm going to have Gasket. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll do it that way. All right, that is it. So then we're going to move into it. So Duster does have Nightshade, but he doesn't come out unless she has some damage on her at the beginning of the battle. So he's going to start off the board, and then at the end of any turn in which she has taken any damage, then he will come out. All right, so round 1, it's going to go ahead and start with Duster. So she's going to get to go ahead and do some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just start off by attacking that guy right in front of me. I have Dexterity 3, so I'm going to go ahead and take 2 attack dice and a defense. Let's see how well we do here. Ooh, okay, so I got 1 defense, and I got bones and 2 damage on him. So he's only got 1 hit point left. So that was pretty successful. And that is her turn. So now we're on to the dragon. So he's going to attack Stanza. She is the one right in front of him. He does have weakened 2, so she's going to be weakened from that now. And so she's going to lose 2 to her dexterity, I believe. Then he's going to attack. He's going to get 2 yellows and 3 attack dice. So this could be a little painful. The one other thing I did forget to do for both of my characters, for Stanza, I got to roll her die to determine her starting. So 2, not so good. And with Gasket, he's going to get to start with his defense at half of whatever his basic defense is. So he gets to start with 2 defense from his ability. That's not a good way to start with me forgetting half of the stuff already. All right, so then it's going to be Stanza. As long as I don't take 6 damage here, she'll make it through this. As now that I've said that, that's going to happen. Watch. All right. Ooh, okay, so he got 1 defense there. He's got 2 bones, so those just go away as he doesn't have any effects from that. And then he did 3 damage to Stanza, so she's going to take 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. And then that's going to be there. All right, Stanza's taking some damage. All right, so then from there, then it's going to go over to Stanza next, and let's double check that weaken real quick. So I'm going to place a number of weaken effect die on target. Unit must reduce its dex by that number the next turn, and then there's another effect for baddies. So yeah, she's down to 1 dex, so she can choose. At this point, I think I'm just going to roll a defense and try to hold on for that. So she'll get 1 at least. So then that'll be removed. And then it goes into, she finished off her turn, so then it's over to Gasket to go. So he's going to go ahead and move up as 1. So that's 1 dex. He has 3 left. He has to roll this, and he does get to set his Hydro to 5 to start off with. So he has 2 dice left. So I'm going to go ahead and roll another defense and another attack die, as I need to kind of build that up a little bit here. All right, so I have to spend an oil or a Hydro, so it's down to 4. That'll go back, and then he gets 2 more defense, and he does 1 attack, so he does eliminate that armor. And then finally, it's going to go to our baddie here, so he's going to get those 2 attack dice and a defense, and he will attack Duster. Oof. All right, so he does 2 damage to her. She does have 1 defense, so she's only going to take 1 wound, which means that Nightshade's coming out at the end of the round. All right, so Nightshade, I will put him over here. And then his die is going to come out. He's going to be at 6 at the end of the round because he comes out pretty upset about that. And that will be the round. So then we're going to move into round 2. And let's see here. So he's going to start us off. And I'm going to go ahead and move up. And he gets to attack with 2 attack dice. And 2 damage will defeat that guy there. And I'll just place that up top there. All right, so that is his turn. Then it's over to Duster to go, so she's going to move up. And then she gets to attack, so she has 3 dex. She spent 1 to move. She has 2 left. I'm going to go ahead and go with that and an attack die with that. So hopefully we'll get some luck here. She got 2. So 1 damage on him. And then with that one, I'm going to double check her card to see what that does again, just to be sure. So that's Draw Blood. This is going to deal a number of damage to target. It also is going to place a bleed effect die on the target. So I have to place that as well. So, and it's also going to deal him a damage. So he takes 2 damage and the bleed effect, which is going to bleed, I think just does a true damage at the start of its turn, which he's going to be next. So that'll remove her thing. So then he's going to go ahead and go. He will lose that 1 health for that. That'll go away. And then he's going to go. He's going to target the character that is the weakest. He has 3 characters to choose from. They're all equal health, so then it's going to go to me to choose. So I'm going to go ahead and take it on with Gasket, as he's got the most defense right now. So I'm going to get my 3 dice for that and the 2 defense. So let's see what happens. And Gasket will get the weaken effect, but Gasket is immune to weaken. He's the only thing he can take is fatigue. Oof. So this was much more successful for the dragon. He's got 3 defense this time, and he does 3 damage. So he'll reduce all of that by that amount. Then it is on to Stanza to go. She hasn't lost any dexterity this time. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by starting a song. So I'm going to go ahead and start this one here. Let's see here. Here it is. So that's going to be in her active area. So it's going to be getting her a set of bones. So I'll go ahead and add that right away. And then from there, then she has 2 remaining. So I'm going to go ahead and roll an attack and a defense. And see what happens with that. She got another bone and 2 attacks. So we're going to drop his by 2. All right, that's her turn. So then it's going to go over to Duster to go. So Duster will activate. She gets 3. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 attack and the 1 defense. All right, so she does 3 damage as well, and she gets 2 defense. So she's going to get through that last point of armor, and then she's going to do 2 damage to him. So that will be 2 there. And finally it is over to Gasket to go. So Gasket is he needs some defense here, so he's gonna have to roll that. He's gonna roll 2 defensive dice, and he might as well roll 1 attack die. We'll see how he does there. All right, so he has to use his bones, or bones plan this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend that. I'm gonna put this one in first, then I'm gonna place that one. I have to spend it right away, so that's gonna get his 1 on his plan. And that is Hot Fix. Adds 1 to one of his defensive dice, so he's going to increase that by that. Next, I get another 2 defense, and I've done 1 damage to the dragon. So dragon's down to 1 hit point remaining. And that is it. So then it is the top of round 3. Nightshade is going to move again, so he's going to move up here. And that's about all he can do at the moment. Then it's going to go over to Duster to go. And and screw that up. So with Duster, I have Dex 3. Well, I might as well try to finish this guy off. So I'm going to roll 2 attack and my that's it. So just the 2 attack. And that'll do it. Boom. Dragon has been eliminated. All right, so I'll place him up there as well. That'll be removed. I do have to clear all of my active slots. That'll drop back down. And this will all get cleared. Let's see, that was number 2. He comes down. All right, this gets reset to 1. Okay, so from there, then we're moving into the reward step of the phase. So I'm going to get a loot card per character. So we have non-essential oils. Duster has simple snare. So she's completely loaded out, and Gasket gets malfunctioning mech, single use. Increase your dex by 2 for this turn. If you reduce the HP of a mech this turn, this loot is not discarded and may be used again. Well, that's kind of cool. All right. So then we're into the trading part of this. So I'm going to go ahead and switch these 2 up because I think that one's probably a good one to discard. I'm going to go ahead and discard that to set my power converter to full. This will be discarded, so I'm just going to drop that to the bottom there. And then I get to spend my training points. So I got 2 training points per character. Oof. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by increasing her dex by 1. So now she's got dex 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Promise of Prey, because that's the first one for Nightshade. So that's my 2 for her. Over to Gasket to go. I will, let's see what I want to do here. I'm going to go ahead and increase his dexterity by 1. And from there, then I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to go ahead and take Cut. So that's number 9. All right, that's his 2. So over to Stanza to go. She will take, I think I'm going to get an extra dexterity for her. And then I think I want to take another song. So I'm going to go ahead and take Forever Mine. That'll be number 7. We'll see how that goes. All right. So that takes care of all that. That's my second training point, or my second point towards the boss. And that will tick down to day 3. I do get my rewards, so Stanza is going to heal back up, so she'll get her 3 health back. I think I'm going to leave Duster at the reduced health, and Gasket hasn't taken any yet. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for those 2 to see if I can do some scouting. So first with Duster, it's a 1, so I get to look at a 1-point baddie. So we have a Dragon Biddy. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. And with Gasket is a 2. So I've already revealed the top guy, so that's about all I can do there. And yeah. So I think we're good there. So on to day 3. So new card. What do we got here? Feeling bloated. You know what I could go for? Some bloatfish. The sarcasm is thick as a bloat frog's skin as we settle in for another meal of the most common and worst tasting fish on Delore. Beyond the rare snacks and herbs we periodically foraged, we subsided on almost nothing but bloatfish as of late. They are tough to swallow when fresh, and when stored for a day or two, well, they bloat and reek. That does not sound appetizing at all. A flock of low-flying cacklers overhead presents a perfect alternative. If the worst that can happen is a few weapons or arrows lost, it's so worth it. All right, so I have two choices. This is painfully bloated. Each gearlock gains 4 buff HP. Place a poison 2 effect die on each gearlock for the next battle. Place those in the prep area as a reminder. So I can do that. Or I can shoot down a cackler. With this one, I can set up a number of cacklers, stack of 2 health chips equal to party size on any position. Each gearlock may roll all of their attack dice against the cackler. If the roll doesn't defeat the cackler, the gearlock cannot use the attack dice during the next battle. For each defeated cackler, gain 2 buff HP. Party may distribute as desired. And the encounter is going to be successful no matter what. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try my luck there. It is going to be a little riskier as my gearlocks don't have a ton of attack power right now. But hopefully this will work out. Unfortunately, if it doesn't, then the next battle is going to be kind of painful for them as they won't be able to use their attack dice that they used for this. So I have to set up 3 cacklers. So we've got, there's 2, 4, and 6. Okay. All right, now I have to choose how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with Stanza. She gets 1 attack dice, so I only get 1 shot at maybe rolling a 2. So we'll see what happens here. I'm going to go after that first one there to see, and it's a 1. So 1 damage on that cackler. Unfortunately, Stanza did not get that, so she's not going to get any attack dice on her next turn. So from there, it's going to move over to Duster to go. So with Duster, do I risk it and go after that one, or do I go after a fresh one and leave Gasket with the extra? I think I'm going to go after that one with her and see what happens here. All right, so I got 2. Would have worked out, but she's good. So we did kill one there, and Gasket's going to go as well. He has to go after a fresh one, and he got him with 3, so he's wiped out 1 as well. All right, so from there, then for each defeated cackler, I'm going to gain 2 buff HP, so I get 4. I can distribute this however I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and give 2 to Duster. So I'm going to go ahead and place those there, and I'll give 2 to Stanza. She is kind of my defensive person overall because she's got the most HP. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I get 2 training points apiece. So that's pretty good. And so I'll have to choose how to spend that. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Stanza first to go. And at this point, I've got 4 decks. I could go for another song. So I think I'll do that. So let's go ahead and do, I can either do, if I go with Folk Singer, I can do Rhyme in Motion or The Siege of Caron. I'm going to go ahead and do The Siege, so that's going to be number 11. So we'll see how that works. And I'm going to go ahead and try to gain another attack die at this point. Where do I? Do I stay with what I have and maybe just get another song? I could do Axe Blade. I think I'll do that instead. I'm going to go ahead and be a little more risky with her, and I'm going to go with Axe Blade. All right, over to Duster to go next. So Duster, I'm going to go with Ferocity to start working on trying to build up Nightshade, and then as her second option, She is pretty weak. I could bump her up another health. I'm going to try to get her on attack. She's fast, so let's try to do that. I'm good, so I will gain an extra attack die. So I'm up to 3 now with her. That's good. And over to Gasket. What does he want to do? Get the right one here. So directive dice can be helpful, but you have to use them. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Blast. So, or wait, no, I have to start with one of the other ones first. So I'm going to go ahead and take Blitz. So that's number 3. And then I'm going to bump my dex up by 1. After this, I think I'm going to start working on some health for these guys because I'm going to start needing it, I think. Okay, so at this point, that will conclude that. And then end of day effects. I haven't taken any additional damage, so let's go ahead and roll and see if we can find some more baddies. So I'll go ahead and start with Stanza. It's a 3, so she does get to look at one of the bigger baddies, I think. That's it's right, or is it 1 through 3 for that one? 1 through 3 is a 1-point baddie, so I'm stuck there. Duster is a 4, so now I get to look at that 5-pointer. Equipment and Mischief 2. Goblin Artificer. I think I'm. Ooh, he's a fast little guy too. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay with him though. That one doesn't look quite as terrifying as some of the other ones, especially since he has no defense at all. And Gasket. I think I'm good there. And there's not much else I can do with that. Everybody's been revealed, so I think that'll be it. Move on to day 4. Moving on up here, we got another encounter. This one is Quiet Your Snorbin. Snorbin is a sleeping-induced herb closely related to the wound-salving agate. It looks almost identical save for its dark red stem. Consequently, it's common for those 2 herbs to be mistaken for each other. Last night, apparently someone did just that, and we all woke up to a great commotion. Our raft has buckled the river's current, or bucked the river's current, and drifted too close to the land. This reckless heading will allow a greedy band of mercenaries a chance to leap on board. Pedaling to the river center may keep some at bay, but a giant Carlson has just lifted its gelatinous head out of the water and it appears agitated. Okay, so again, I have my choice. It's too late. Land ho. I get baddie HQ is based on baddie points. All defensive dice gearlocks roll this battle only count as double bones or crossbones. Ooh, I don't know. I don't like that. I mean, that would be a great way to build up my backup plans, maybe even unlocking my advanced modes, but I think I get pulverized going up against, I'm going to have day 4, I'm going to have 12 points of baddies. Yeah, I don't know about that. Or I can include 2 of the other types of baddies to grab a paddle. So I think I'm going to go with that one because I'm only losing out on some loot otherwise. So I think that's the best choice there. So with that, I have 12 points of baddies. So I'm going to get 2 of the 3-point baddies on the sides. I'm going to flip this over to the water raft side, as that's indicated at the top with the icons. So I have 2 3-point baddies, and then I also have 6 other points. So there's 5 and 6. So then we'll go ahead and handle that. And I believe these baddies go on top. Pretty sure. All right. So for this guy here, this is a Shock 1. This is a Carlson lure. This is a 4 points. He is initiative 4 as well. So let's go ahead and drop that in there at 4. Okay. And then we're going to roll to see where he comes out at. It's 3, so he's going to be over on this end here. Next, the 2-point baddie. This is a treasure flea. It's a Scottish. This is 5 health. And he is going to be a 2, so he'll be way up here. Okay. Next, we're going to have that goblin coming out. He gets 4 health. He has initiative of 5. I forgot to put the one out for this guy. This is initiative 2. He has a 5. So he's going to be up top here. And then we do have to roll on that chart again. So what do we get? It's a 1. So he's going to, I think, increase his initiative, if I remember correctly. Piece of armor, 1 or 2, increase HP stat by 2. Okay. So that was the initiative's the higher one out of that. And then he does have mischief 2 as well. So what does mischief do? Remove a number of dice, player's choice, from the target's active slots before attacking. Oof, that's nasty. All right, and then he is going to be up here as he is a melee character. All right, and then finally we have this guy here. He's going to get 3. He starts at initiative 4. And he is also melee, so he's going to be down here. Okay, and he has weaken 1, so not quite as bad as the other ones. Okay, so now it's over to me to go and place my characters out. So, Stanza. I think Stanza will go. I'm going to put her right in front of him for now, and then I'll roll her die. She is going to be a 5, so she gets to go first. That's cool. And then I got to roll her thing as well. It's a 3, a little bit better this time. Over to Duster to go. So both her and Nightshade come out, so I'm going to roll for them. With Duster, I'm going to go ahead and put her in front of this treasure enemy here. And she's going to be a 4. And then he's a 3 this time. Oof, a little low. All right, and with him, I'm going to place him next to Stanza. And then finally with Gasket, I'm going to place Gasket over here. And he's a 4 as well. So I'm going to go there. Okay. And so both Duster and Stanza do have a 2 buff HP, so that'll help. And then we're ready to move into it. Gasket, first off, he gets his 2 defense to start off because of his ability. And then I do have to place out his stuff there. So that takes care of him. All right, so then we're over to Stanza to go first. So Stanza's got 4 decks. She does lose the 1 attack die, so she doesn't really have any offense this turn besides her 1 thing there. So we need to start some songs here. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with second chances, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do possibly this one as well. Let me see. I think I will. So I'm going to start with both of those. I can maintain both of those for right now. So I do get 1 set of bones for that. I get 2 left, so I'm going to go ahead and roll the 2 defensive dice. And I get to control a 1-point baddie. So I can control that guy over there. It's really not going to matter too much. I think I'll put him over here. Maybe. I'll put him over here. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and roll. I got 2, so that's good for that, and that's all she can do. So we're over to the goblin to go. So he is going to, he'll target the weakest enemy, which he's in contact with Stanza right now. And the mischief, remove a number of dice, player's choice from the target's active slots before attacking. So he has mischief 2, so he is going to eliminate both of those defensive dice from those slots. Next, he's going to attack. He gets 2 attack dice. And he rolls 2 hits. So I'm going to go ahead and lose those 2 buff. And that's it for him. So then it's over to Duster to go. So she is going to definitely attack that enemy over here and see what she can do there. She has 4 decks. She gets 3 and 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to roll the 1 defense and 3 attack dice. And she got 2 success, or 2 damage, and a bones. So he's going to take 2 hits. And that will finish off her turn. Over to Gasket to go. So I've got 6 decks. I have to roll that one. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 defense to that. And 2 attack. And might as well. No, I don't know if I want to add that just yet. I think I'm just going to throw another defensive die there and see what happens. All right, so ooh, I got lots of bones, lots and lots of bones. I have to spend a hydro, so this is going to go down to 4. And I did 2 damage on the shocker. Okay. Then it's over to the shocker to go, so he's going to attack that guy, and he also has shock 1, so that is exhaust a number of skill dice, player's choice from the target's skills area, excluding dice used as counters. So I think I'll go ahead and wipe that one out. All right, then he's going to attack. He gets 2. And it's 2 damage, so that's going to drop my 2 armor. That'll take care of him. Over to green to go, which is here. He's going to move up and attack Stanza for 1. Yes, he's going after the strongest character, so that's her. He does 1 to her, so she's going to lose 1 health there, as she doesn't have any defense currently. Over to the wolf to go, or Nightshade. I'm going to go ahead and move up, and I'm going to attack that goblin. He gets 2 attack dice currently, and he does 2 damage to the goblin, so that'll drop him down 2 more. All right, then it is over to purple to go. Purple's going to roll 1 and takes care of Duster's 1 defensive die. All right, that is the end of that round. So round 2. Now at the end of this round, this guy is going to run away. So if Duster doesn't finish him off here, he's going to bolt on her. And he is worth a treasure. He gets a treasure token. So, all right, so back over to Stanza to go. First, she has to handle her songs. So I'm going to go ahead and bump that one up. Or actually, I'm going to convert that over to my vamp side so that I can keep it going. And this one I'll bump up, so this one I can control a 3-point baddie, which will be one of these 2, which again doesn't really help me. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's better just to... Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and convert this over to the vamp side, and I will keep this one at this. So that'll give everybody a bone, so that'll help working on that. All right, so she's keeping those 2 active. She has 2 dice left, so she's going to go ahead and do her 2 defense. And she gets a bone and a 2. All right, so she's up to 2 there. She does get 1 for that, so let's go ahead and add another one in for her thing. She's going to give each one of the others a bone as well. Let me double check on that just to make sure here. Yep. Okay, thought so. All right, that is everything for her. Over to the goblin to go, so he again is going to go after the weakest now. The weakest being Nightshade, unfortunately, and he's going to roll 2 attack dice on Nightshade, who only has 2 hit points at this point, so this might not go over well. And he eliminates Nightshade. Oh no. So Nightshade will always have 1 HP, so I'll just leave him down there, and then he's going to be eliminated. Okay, over to Duster to go next. So Duster has 4. I'm definitely going to roll the 3 attack dice, trying to get rid of him. And do I attempt to roll one of these other ones? I'm going to roll the Ferocity and see if I can start working on building him up. And then throwing knives, what to do? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use that as well. Now that has to target a different enemy, so I'm going to go ahead and target the goblin with that one. Okay, nice. So that was super successful. I do 2 damage to the goblin with the dagger. I'm going to go ahead and do 4 damage to this guy. That'll eliminate him. And that'll place out a treasure die in that location. I get my ferocity, so I'm going to add that to my locked area. And yeah, that was very successful. Awesome. All right, I'll take care of that. And yeah, that stays there. He is eliminated. And his die is removed. Okay, then it is over to Gasket to go next. So Gasket, I'm going to roll the 2 attack dice. I get the 1 here. And then I'm going to roll 3 defensive dice to try to build up that defense a little bit. Let's see what we get here. Wow, that's 3 more. And I have to spend that. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that to take care of the backup plan and upgrade. And that'll leave those 2 in there. So these will come out. He's going to level up. And then I do 2 damage, which is enough to finish him off as well. That was really fortunate, because otherwise he would have smacked me again. So, especially since I have no defense at this point, because he just keeps rolling bones. All right, that is Gasket's turn. So then it is over to... Ooh, I pulled the wrong guy out. He's here. Yellow. Nope. Yeah, no, I got the right guy. Never mind. I'm okay. All right, so it's on to him. He's going to go ahead and target Stanza. And 2 damage on Stanza. Youch. She does have 2 defense. Good. Did I skip over him? That is a question. I think I did. I did skip over him. So let's go back real quick, because I do remember, so I have to eliminate 2 things. So I'm going to take his die here, and I have to lose a die with Mischief. Then he's going to attack for 2. So he does 2 damage to Stanza, so that'll be 2 there. And she's going to lose 2 from the other guy, so she's down to 1 hit point now. 1 hit point left from the Wyvern, which is also going to add Weaken to her. I don't know if I did that last time either. All right, that's not good. All right. Yeah, so that'll finish off his turn, so that is the end of round 2. We're up to round 3 at this point. Stanza is the top of the order. So I have 4 decks. I'm going to up this one more time. So she's going to get another bone. And she has 3 decks left, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2 defense. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this axe to see if I can do some stuff here. Nice. All right, so I do get another backup plan, so I've almost unlocked her thing there. She gets 1 defense. And then with the axe, I am going to, it's been a while since I've done this one, so this one is going to infect. I deal damage, deal a number of damage to target, so he's going to take 1 from that. And then place a poison effect die on there, so it's going to be based on that number there. So he's going to be pretty much toast here in a second. As poison, set or reset the poison effect die to number. Target takes true damage equal to that effect at the start of their turn. So yeah, he won't even get to go. He's just going to pop right away. So that was helpful. And did I screw that up again? Because she is weakened by 1. So I am going to lose 1, so I'm just going to lose the defense. Okay. That'll take care of that. There's so much going on here. Then it's his turn. So that poison's going to go off and trigger. So that'll take care of his last hit points. I'll clear him out. And then she's going to go. So she's going to go and pick up this treasure and roll it. And it's 2 in that. So what is that exactly? Where is that listed at? I might have to look that one up in the book because I don't think that's listed here. Let's take a look at this real quick. I think it's 26 because I looked this one up before. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to heal 2 HP and acquire a consumable die of your choice. So I'm going to take the skag roots. So with that one, I think I have to roll that right away. Where's that at? Oh, wrong character. Roll the skill when acquired, so I'm going to roll. It's a 3. Nice. With this one, reduce by 1 each time an effect die would be placed on you. Exhaust that when this die would reach 0. So it's going to cancel out effect dice. Sweet. That'll be helpful. And I get 2 health. So I get 1 back because I'm already at, now I'm at full. So that'll take care of that. That's 1. Okay, and I can't use the ferocity until he's on the battle mat, which he's not right now. So I'm simply going to move down, and I'm going to roll my 1 defense, and I'll roll 1 attack die. So I get 1 defense and 1 attack on him, so he's going to take 1 damage. All right, then it's over to Gasket to go. He is going to move over 1. And I'm going to go ahead and go with, I'll roll this and 4 defense. I think that'll be it for him. I don't really want to do much else. I'm hoping that I can get 1 more with Stanza to finish her off before I defeat this guy. That's a little better. So I got 2 and all of those. So what does that do here? Let's see what we got for Gasket. If there's anything I can use that'll help. All right, so I'm just going to increase one of mine by 1. And I'm going to leave these in here for now. That'll go there. All right, so then the enemy's going to go. He's going to go after the strongest enemy, which is right now is Duster. So he's going to roll 1. So unless he rolls a 2, I'm okay. He rolls a 1, so I'm going to lose that 1 defense that she has. All right, this is round 4. Back over to Stanza to go. She is not going to be able to upkeep that song again, so that is going to be, well, she can... Yeah, she'll vamp it, because if she doesn't get it this round, I might be able to push it 1 more. And then I'm going to get 2 defensive dice, and that's pretty much it. And she doesn't have anything else on her at this. She does have Duster's going to get a weakened 1, because she got targeted. Come on, Stanza, some bones. No, no bones. All right. Then it is going to be over to Duster to go. Duster will roll that defense. And she's going to lose 1 thing there. I think we're just going to work on the defense for now. And it's a bone. All right. Over to Gasket to go. I'm going to roll 1 attack die. And I'll go ahead and roll defense. I'll just keep it at that. Nice and simple. So it's a Hydra. It's 1 damage. So he's down to 1 hit point left. I have to spend 1 here, and I get the 2. All right. Over to him to go. He's going to roll 1 on Duster. It's 1 damage on her, so she's going to take a hit. Oh, nope, she's still got buff points. So that'll be that. Then it's round 5. All right, back over to Stanza to go. So she has to start that song back up. So that will go ahead and get her last bone that she needs to upgrade to her upgraded side. Then I'm good there. I'm going to go on to Duster to go. She's just simply going to roll her attack. And she gets another bone and plenty of hits to defeat that enemy. All right, so that finishes off that battle. Okay, so then each one of my Gearlocks gets a loot card. We're maxed out here. I do advanced tactics. During a training attempt, you may choose to train any skill on your Gearlock mech, ignoring... That's pretty handy. I think I'm going to take that, and I'll discard this one here. Okay, and then finally... Augmented footwear. Move 1 adjacent position, does not cost Dex. Place this loot in a prep area as a reminder. Nice. All right. And then we each get a training point. Stanza has unlocked that finally. At this point, I don't know, it might actually be handy to gain an extra attack. So I think I'm going to do that. Or try to. Yep. All right, so we're good there. We get 1 extra attack with her. With Duster, Duster, I think I'm going to gain an HP. Bumps her up to 5. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with Gaskets to get him up to 4. So I got a feeling we're going to start getting hammered here a little bit harder as we get into some of this. All right, so that is day 4. That gets me 4 points so far. So day 5, and then training. So I'm going to definitely heal up. So go ahead and take her back up to her starting value. For Stanza, Duster is at full, so I'm going to go ahead and heal Nightshade instead, as I get to choose between the 2. And Gasket is already at full, so I'm going to go ahead and do a Scout. And it's a 2, so I get to look at a 1-point baddie. And it's another Cobalt Collector. I'm pretty happy with those guys. They're not terrible. So I'm going to stay with that. And that is the end of it. So day 5. Let's see what we got here. It is hearing voices. Familiar voices call from the forest's entrance. You've been following them for some time now. Instinctively, we continue our haste towards them. In the end, all we discover is a door in the ground and mechs. The voices of our brethren are coming from them. Common wisdom states there's strength in numbers, but that doesn't hold true when being herded into a place of the enemy's choosing. How are they initiating or intimidating gearlocks? One of us wonders out loud as they catch a strong whiff of oil. We hear the whirl and clank of hydraulic doors behind us, and now we're in a real pickle. Oof. Mech Massacre. So with this one, baddie points, and then we add 6 points, include the mechs. Place gearlocks on the battle map before baddies. Gearlocks must start in one of the 4 central positions of the battle mat. All right, so it's going to be on this side. This one might not be so good. And it's going to get us 2 training points. It gets us a whole bunch of gear as well as that, or we can surrender to the bots. Immediately find and proceed yet today with a special encounter, Console Labs Horror Factory. Each gearlock loses 2 HP. Oh boy. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the battle and see how this works out. All right, so we're gonna increase the baddie points by 6 points. So right now we have 15. That's gonna bump us up to 21. But then we have to include 4 mechs in that, so that's going to be 12 points there. And they're gonna go at the bottom, so that will drop us back down to 9 points. So that's gonna get us a 5-point baddie and 4 1-point baddies. And then I have to place the gearlocks on the battle map before the baddies. Gearlocks must start in one of the 4 central positions on the battle mat. Okay, so let's go ahead and handle that real quick. Duster, I'm going to go ahead and put her up here. I'll go Stanza next to her and Gasket down here. Okay, okay, so then we have to roll and see where our guys are going to come out. 5, 4, 4. Okay. And then we got to build the baddie queue, or place them out. All right, so first off, we have Mischief 1, Goblin Demolitionist. Oof. It's got 6 health and 3 on the initiative track. Not terrible, not terrible. Okay, and that is going to be, should have been there, so, oh, that is a ranged enemy, so that worked out really well. And that's a 3. Next, we have the Cobalt Collector. He's going to be 3 health. He'll be purple. And I would figure he'd have to come out here as well, since she took up his spot, since we have to use the central area spots. He is a 3, and he has to roll a die to see what he gets. It's a 1, so he's going to get, what was that, 2 extra health, I think? Yep, by 2, so he's up to 5 now. Okay, next one is a Goblin Dabbler. This is a 3 health, 2 initiative. And it's a ranged enemy, so he's going to go in the spot here, or a melee enemy, sorry about that. Okay, and then the final enemy for now, or, well, I got a ways to go. So, detonate 2, careless 1, the Goblin Devastator. He is a 4, so he's going to go at the top of this section. And he is going to go in the green melee spot, so he'll be here. Nasty. And he's got detonate 2, so what's that do? If this unit is at least, if this unit is at less than full health, after moving it will defeat itself and deal a number of true damage to each adjacent position. Yuck. Okay, so I guess as long as he doesn't move, it's okay. And then we do have 5 more baddies to handle after this, so I got my work cut out for me on this one. Okay, so round 1, it is over to Duster to begin the round. I might as well just go after that guy right away, but then Gasket doesn't necessarily have someone to attack then as well. So it might be better to go after the other guy first and let Gasket come over. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and go after this guy up here with Duster. Oh, I forgot beginning of the round stuff. So first off, Stanza is going to roll. She gets 4. She gets increased that by 1 now because she is leveled up. So she's at 5 for that now. Gasket has the other one that's been upgraded, so he gets starting battle. Gasket gets half defense, so now he gets full defense based on his defensive value, so he's going to get 4. So he is doing a lot better here. Okay. Duster has not leveled up yet. Okay, yep, so she doesn't have anything necessarily to start with. Okay, so Duster's going to go first. She's going to go ahead and attack that guy there. She's got 4 decks to work with. She's going to go ahead and use 3 attack dice and a defense. We'll see where this goes. Alright, so she does 3 damage, and she gets bones. So that'll drop him by 3. Okay, doesn't defeat him. Alright, so that takes care of her turn. Then we're over to Stanza to go. Stanza's going to start that song again, which I forgot to reset that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that there. I'm going to go ahead and start this one as well. Why not? So that's 2. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 defense to my roll, and that'll finish that off. So I'm going to go ahead and activate that enemy first. So I'm going to go ahead and move him up 1, and I'm going to go ahead and attack the goblin for 1 damage. Yeah. Do I want to do that? Actually, let's not do that. Let's do that one here. And this guy to drop him by 1. Okay. And then I get my defense, and she also gets a bone for that one. She gets 2 defense. Okay. Alright, that takes care of Stanza's turn. Gasket's next, so I'm going to go ahead and move over with Gasket, and I will attack. So get 5 decks. There's 4. Get 2 here, and I'll go with 2 more for that. I get 1 bone, and another one that I have to spend right away, so I'm going to increase one of my die by 1 for the defense. So I'm up to 6 and 2 damage on the goblin. So now if he moves, I'm in trouble. Kaboom! And that's spent. I gotta reset that to 5. All right, that finishes off him. Now it's over to the enemies to go. So first off with him, he's going to target the weakest enemies next to, which actually is Gasket at this point. And it is going to do 1 damage to Gasket, so I'm going to drop that by 1. And then he did roll Bones, so that is going to trigger his Carelessness by 1, which I think will finish him off, actually. Unit loses a number of HP, so yes, he has defeated himself, luckily. So I didn't have to worry about that. So the next enemy will come out at the end of the round, or at the beginning of the next round or something. Green die is gone. Okay. Over to blue to go. Blue is over here. So Mischief 1, so Stanza has to lose a die. And then she is going to, or it's going to attack her for 2 and 1. 2 damage, and it's going to get 1 defense. So 1, and then she does drop 1 health. Okay, then it's over to purple to go. Purple is going to attack Duster. Again, no defense, so Duster's going to be taking some hits here. 1 and 1. 2 damage and 1 defense. Ouch. That's all right. That just means Nightshade's coming out. You've upset my partner. That's purple, and now it's over to yellow to go. So yellow is going to move down 1 and attack Stanza. He is also Mischief 1, so she's going to have to lose a die, so lose that one. And it's 1 damage on her as well, so there's another one. Okay. Okay. Oop, forgot to put that back too. All right, that is the end of the round. So at this point, then... All right, so we're going to be moving into round 2. Before we do that, we do have Nightshade coming out. So Nightshade, where do I want him to go? Go ahead and place him over here. And then I have to bring out a new baddie. So we have, we got a little monkey dude. He's going to be initiative 4. No, he always goes at the bottom. And he is untargetable with one of those. He is a ranged enemy. I'll target the weakest character. All right. Okay, this is round 2 now. And we start off with Nightshade to go. So he's going to go ahead and attack, and I might as well use the Ferocity. So with that one, I gain an upgrade to him. Use only while Nightshade is on the battle mats, either on Duster's or Nightshade's turn. Nightshade gains 1 training point to be used immediately. So all right, so with Nightshade, I think I'm going to gain the Alpha Wolf first, and that's going to give him extra hit points. So now he's going to gain another one right away, so that'll bump him up to 3, so that'll let him stick around a little longer. All right, then he's going to go ahead and attack. He gets 2 attack dice on that goblin. There's 1 and 2, so 3 damage. Nice. Oh, that'll defeat him right away. That'll work. Okay. So that guy comes off the board. We'll have our first mech coming out after that. The end of the round. All right, so that is his turn. Over to Duster to go. And Duster, I'm going to move over 1, and I'm going to try to attack that enemy there before he can go, because Stanza is going to go ahead and trigger her bones where it's going to activate him as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and use 3 attack dice for that. And 5 damage. Oof. So she's going to wipe him out as well. So there goes number 4. So I'm going to have another mech coming out at the end of the round. That finishes off her. So over to Stanza to go next. So with Stanza, she is going to... She's been getting hammered pretty good here. She got 4 decks. I am going to keep that going. So everybody's going to get bones, including bad guys, which right now none of them are affected by that. So that's 1. So I got 3 left. So I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 decks, and I'll go ahead and roll an attack die. All right, so 1 damage will drop that shield, and then I get 3 defense. So that'll help a little bit. Keep me around a little longer. That is it for her. Over to Gasket to go. So I'm going to go ahead and move. 1, 2. So that's 2 of his decks. There's 3. And I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 attack. And I think that'll be it for now, because I don't necessarily want to use that one just yet. I'm going to go ahead and do that and see what happens. Yeah, I got an extra die. Might as well roll a defense just to see if I get that backup plan. Why not? I did not. I got 1 here, and then I did get 1 here that I have to use. So that'll be wasted. And I get 1 damage on this guy. And I have to use that right away, so I could pop the whole thing. Let me see what we got here. Gains 1 hydro and adds, which I haven't spent any yet. And I don't have any directive dice either. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that by 1 with this. And that takes care of that. So nothing else to do there. All right, over to Blue to go. Mischief 1 will drop 1 of my dice. So I'm going to go ahead and lose that one there. Then he gets 1 and 2. He gets another defense back. And he does 1 damage to Stanza, so she'll drop 1 by 1. All right. That's it for that. And then over to Purple to go. He gets 1 and 1. On to Gaskets. 2 defense and 1 damage, so Gasket will drop by 1. All right, round 3 here in a second. First off, we have some new baddies coming out. So we have the mechs coming out. We have Mech Swarm. They have Assault and Self-Repair 1. This is going to be 4 health. And they come out on location 4, so right by Poor Duster. And they're going to be going last. And then the next one, this one is a Spider Bot 4.0. You get 3 health. And it's also going to go there. Let's see where it comes out at. And 6, so they're both back here. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. So they have some different things. All right, so he does have equipment, so let's see what he rolls. It's a 5, so it's going to move him up 2 positions. And then it does have bleed. And then this one has assaults, which is assault. This unit's attack stat is equal to its current health. Whoa. Ooh, we gotta hammer that guy quick. And then it also has self-repair 1. At the start of its turn, place a defensive die totaling the number on it. So at the beginning of its turn, it'll get 1 defense right off the bat. And it does start with 1. And this guy starts with 2. According to this, when this unit enters the battle map, place a defensive die totaling the number on this unit's thing, if not less. Okay. Nasty. Okay. That moves us into our turn. We have Nightshade. What do we got here? Duster, we got to do something here. Okay. Well, I'm going to move him up because I need to get him next to something, and he's going to attack. And just 1, so he's just going to take that 1 defense off. That's all right. All right, so he's done. Over to Duster to go. Duster needs to do some damage here, so she's going to go ahead. Well, mechs are immune to bleed and all that, so that's not going to necessarily do any good there. What do we got here? I want to use the jungle spear. That might be good. So I think I will do that. I'm going to definitely want to use that during this turn. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do 3 attack and 1 defense. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, so I got another bone and 3 attacks, so I'm going to drop him by 2, and he loses the defense. Could have done a little bit more, but that's all right. What do I got here? I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 for pack mentality. Lets me move Duster and Nightshade next to the other, and then I'm going to go ahead and use Jungle Spear. Lets me roll 2 attack dice and deal combined damage to any non-adjacent unit. Does not cost dex. Non-adjacent, so I could target one of those other guys. So I'm going to throw it on that guy up there because he's kind of bogging things down. And just 1. Okay. That'll go off to the side. All right. I think that's about all I can do at this point. I do have 1 bonus there still. Okay, so then it's over to Gasket to go. Gasket is going to... I have to roll that. He's got all kinds of stuff there, so I'm going to roll my attack. I might as well roll bleed on there. Just try to hit that guy in front of me at least. I might be able to finish. Well, I'm probably not going to finish him off here, but... Okay, another backup plan. Okay, so 1 damage drops him by 1. I do add bleed. At least that will do 1 damage to him. That goes back on my area because I don't lose skills. And the backup plan I have to trigger. So what does Gasket have for backup plans here? I do have Power Spike. Deal 3 damage to an adjacent unit. All units adjacent to that unit take 2 damage. So it's kind of a full surge kind of thing. I think it's worth it though. Is it true damage? I forgot. Let me see. Deal 3 damage to an adjacent unit. All units adjacent to that unit take 2 damage. All units adjacent to those to those units take 1 damage. So it doesn't look like it's true damage, so it's going to take 1 away, and then that, so I'm going to go ahead and, so he'll be gone. He takes 2 damage, and Stanza's going to take 1. That'll take care of her die there. So that was pretty good. Okay. Purple's gone. Blue's almost gone. So blue's going to go next. He's going to do 2 and 1 onto Stanza with the mischief 1, so she's going to lose that die there. This could hurt. Wow, that was incredibly lucky. 3 bones, nothing from him. I guess that electrocution got him. I'm not doing anything. Okay. Over to green to go. So green is a ranged combatant. It's going to target the strongest unit, which right now is a tie between Stanza and Gasket. So Gasket's going to take it. He gets 1 die. And that's a hit. So it's going to drop by 1. And it does cause bleed as well, but he's immune to bleed, so that works out. So that'll take care of that unit there. And then we have that one at the end. So it's going to target the weakest enemy, which again, right now we're tied. So, oh, geez. Duster, I think Duster's going to take it. So it's going to be based on its current health. It's going to get 2 of those. And I don't think it gets the defense anymore. I think it does just kind of a 1 and done. And then it does have self-repair. So that, I think, is going to actually add the defense back on. At the start of its unit's turn, place 1 defensive die totaling the number. Yeah, so it does gain that 1 back. So it does kind of repair itself a little bit. And 2 damage onto Duster. So 1 there. And I do have that bonus buff die from that. Okay. That finishes him off. So then again at the end of the round, I will have another baddie coming out. Self-repair 2, disruption. Ooh, this is an Abomination prototype. Nasty. All right, he's got 3. This guy is coming out on location 2. They're all on that side. Man, they are all over there. And he also starts with 2 defense. And he is self-repair too, so he's going to constantly keep up with that. That's not good. Okay, this is round 4. All right, top of the order, we have Nightshade up there first. He's going to try to target that enemy there. I think I'm good for as far as movement's concerned. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. 2 damage will reduce that down, so no defense on him. Over to Duster to go. She definitely wants to roll at least the 1 defense. And then 3 attack. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish off that guy there. Hopefully. There's 4. So 1. And then he's got 2 hit points left. So yes, that will finish him off. And I get 1 defense at least. All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to do? I don't think so, with her at least. Okay. Then it's over to Stanza. She doesn't have any more songs at the moment. She does have 1 here. Stanza. That one would be a cleanse. Does anybody have any negative status effect dice currently? No, they don't. Well, he does, but Yeah, so I don't think I want to use that just yet. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just roll my attack and defense and see if I can get something with that. Nice. So I got 3 defense and 3 attack, which will finish him off. Finally got that guy to go down. And that was blue. So blue comes off. All right. That was Stanza's turn, so we're over to Gasket to go. Gasket's going to go up 2 over to here. And he'll attack. He gets 2. I'm going to roll. No, not going to matter. I could roll that, so I think I'll do that. And 2 attack. And that's all I get. All right. So it does a zap. That was the one I was hoping not to roll, because that's going to arc. Let's see. That's a deal a number of damage to an adjacent unit. All units adjacent to that unit take -1 damage. Yep, so poor little Duster's going to get zapped. So she'll lose her defense, but this guy loses 1 from that, 1 from that, and he loses 1 health. Okay, fortunately, that'll get him back up, and I get to increase 1 by 1, but doesn't matter. And I did do that, so I do have to spend 1 there. All right, over to green to go. Green is going to target the strongest enemy out there, which again is going to be Duster or Gasket. And 1 attack die is 1 damage, so 1 on him. And then over to this guy, he is going to self-repair for 2. And then he has Disruption. That's only if he rolls the thing. So if this unit is at least, if this unit is at least or less less than full health, after moving it will defeat itself. All right, and then he deals a number of true damage to enemies otherwise. Ugh. All right, so he's got 1. He does 1 damage to the strongest enemy again, so Gasket's down by another 1. All right, that is everybody. So round 5. Got another enemy coming out. So this is a 2 health, self-repair 1, and 3 armor. Whoa, he starts with a whole bunch. All right, let's see where he goes. He is going to be on location 2, so he'll bump up to location 1. So he's on the other end of things here. All right. And then he has Swipe. So what's that one do? At the end of this unit's turn, it will switch positions with the closest, strongest opposing unit. Nasty. All right, over to us. So Duster's going to go, or Nightshade's going to go. He's going to attack this guy here. And it's just 1 damage onto him. After this, everybody's taking true damage. Duster's next. She is going to, I'm going to roll her 1 defense and her 3 attack. And 2 damage and 2 more bones. Wow. So she does get rid of that at least. 2 more bones. Does that... I do... All right, what do we got here? All right. She's not adjacent to that. So I think I'm just going to keep building her for now. And hope for the best. All right. Stanza's going to move. And then she will attack I got two attack dice. He's immune to poison, so I don't think there's a point in rolling the axe. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll with the 2. And that does 2 to him, so at least it gets some of his armor down. And then it's over to Gasket to go. Got to roll that. Roll my 2 attack. And I'll go ahead and roll my 3 defense. Or, yeah. Alright, so I got another one there. He has to spend... Oop, too much. 3. Okay. Takes care of that. Now 2 more defense. 2 attack, which will finish that guy off. So at least he's out of the way. Takes care of him. All right. Then I'm good with that. I might as well just leave that there instead of spending that for now. Then it's over to Green to go. So he's going to target strongest enemy. Again, it'll be Duster and nothing. And then we're over to those guys over there. They're going to self-repair for 1. So I'll just bump that up there. And they attack for 1. Stanza loses 1. And then they have that swipe ability, which is going to have them switch off with somebody else. At the end of this unit's turn, it will switch positions with the closest, strongest opposing unit. So it's going to be Stanza, so she's going to have to get out of that space in order to do anything next turn. All right, that finishes off that. So we're into exhausted phase. So everybody's going to start taking true damage. So Nightshade's going to take 1. And then might as well move 1. And then he's going to attack. It does 2 damage. So that finishes that enemy off. Over to Duster. She's going to lose 1. She's going to move 2. And she'll attack with 2. All right. She does 1. And she gets a bone. She's going to go ahead and do... So she'll spend... Oh, no, I don't want to do that yet. Dang. I needed to go one more round and she's going to die. Oh. Yeah, she's going to die if she doesn't do something. All right, so Stanza's going to move. 1, 2. And then she'll attack with her 2 attack dice. 2 damage. So I got 1 through. All right, so it's going to end at the end of this round either way. All right, and then Gasket's going to go. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. He has to roll that, and I'm going to roll my 2 offensive dice as well. And 1 success, which will be enough to finish him off. All right, that finished off the round. I'm going to take another health. And I'm going to take Only Time Will Tell. That is number 8. Where is that at? There it is. Okay, so that's her 2. Over to Duster. What does Duster want to do? Duster, boy oh boy. I could go with the Verbo Blade. Might not be a bad idea. I think I'll do that. I'm going to go with that for 1. And I'm going to try to get my attack, and we'll see if I can get this or not. I did get bones, so I'm out of luck there. So I got to choose something else. So I'll do that. Actually, I'll try that one first. Since I didn't get it, I'll do the Verbo Blade. Now for my next one, I'll go ahead and try the attack again. That would be the smarter thing, and it didn't matter. I still rolled bones. All right, so I have to choose something else. I could get some defense. That might not be a bad idea. Or I can get another dex. Well, let's try the defense. Why not? And I get to reroll. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a defense. Why not? Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, that's Duster, and then it's over to Gasket to finish us off here. Gasket probably wouldn't be a bad idea to try to go after an attack, so let's do that first. He got it, so that's his attack is going to be up to 3. And then I should probably get one of his directive dice just to do something. So I think I'll take utility. That is number 12. I really need to start getting, well, I've been pretty fortunate so far with just rolling bones, but I might start using some more of these, so I might need to start looking at that. All right, so that finishes him off, and then I do get a point for that, and then I have to track down that other card. Before I do that, I do need to figure out what I'm doing with the rest of these guys, so I think I'm going to heal her up to her starting health. So that'll take care of her thing. I think I have to heal her, otherwise... Or I could use that. I think I'll do that. So I'll heal him back up instead. Leave her that way, then he comes out during the next battle. And Gasket is at his maximum health already, so I'll go ahead and do a scouting effect with him. It's a 2, so I get to look at 1 baddie. That's a lot of hit points. I'm going to go ahead and... yeah, he's an easy guy. I'll leave him there. At least he doesn't do attack damage. Okay, and reset that. All right, then I got to track down that card, and then we'll continue on. All right, so I was able to dig out the card, and so let's find out what this one is. This is the Council Labs Research and Development. The smell of formaldehyde is overwhelming. You can almost see it hanging in the air. Steel beds line the outside of the room, creating an ominous perimeter around the massive shelving system in the chamber's center. Leather straps rest across each of the metal cots. The shelving houses numerous jars, gears, spriggets, eyeballs, entire limbs. It looks much like Tink's repair shop might if he was forced to merge into a morgue. Something evil has been done here. The door to a connecting room bursts open, and a horde of mechs are ready to protect the lab. All right, so with this one, I again have a choice. I can push them back. This one is going to give me the baddie points. Include Abomination prototype, and that's 3 points. If successful, immediately find and proceed. Yet today, with Special Encounter Council Labs, Biohazard resets the battle in Gearlock maps and use current HP. Or I can choose to tuck tail and run. This looks awfully dangerous. Best come back better prepared. Oof, so I have a choice. I can go after them and continue on with this, or push my luck and see what happens. Oh boy. So I guess I will push my luck. With this one, I do have to bring that Abomination back. Abomination prototype, there he is. And then I get baddie points, so it is going to be, it's day 5 times 3 is 15. And then I include him in that, so 12 points left over, so I'm going to get 2 5s and 2 1s. And then the Abomination mechs are on the bottom. So he'll come out last. All right, so let's set this up. Starting on the 5-point baddies, we have the Primate's Trapsmith, Trap and Blind Strike 1. He has 6 hit points. And his initiative is 4. Okay. He is a melee guy, so he's going to go up front. And then we have the Dragon Grounder. This is a 7 hit point guy. Nasty. That's 6, 7. He's initiative 5, so he's going to move ahead here. And purple. He is also melee, so he'll be up front as well. Next, I have the treasure dude, so he's 6. Lots of big hit point guys here. He is melee as well, so he'll go here. And he is initiative 2. Finally, we have the Cobalt Tenderfoot. He has got 2. And he is also initiative 2, so he is very slow as well. He is also a melee guy. All right, so let's find out what some of these special rules are. So starting with the last guy there, he has Hardy, so any turn this unit takes damage to its HP, including true damage, total is reduced by 1. So he's got a little bit of a defense built right into there. And he also has Compound. This unit's attack stack is equal to its current health, or the current round, so he gets stronger as time goes on, so we want to drop him fairly quickly, otherwise he's going to build up. The weekend 2 again is going to have you lose your dex based on its numbers, so we'll lose 2 dex for whoever's facing him. Then we have Trap, so let's see what Trap is. On land encounters only, the first Gilek to enter the battle mat must roll a d6. Gas Trap is on 1 or 2. Roll poison effect die and apply results. Electric Trap is 3 or 4. Cannot use skills during round 1. And the Barbed Trap is 5, 6. Move down 2 spots on the initiative meter. Oof. So this will be part of our baddie queue that we'll have to add after that. So first, the first one to come out. Well, let's go with Stanza first. So I'm going to have to roll on there to see what happens with the trap. He also has Blind Strike 1. Before moving, this unit deals the number of damage to the strongest adjacent units. All right. It's a 2. So with Trap 2, it's a Gas Trap. Roll poison effect die. And it's weakened 2, so she's going to be weakened right off the bat. And I'm going to go ahead and put her right up against him. Gets my initiative. It's a 4, so she'll slide in there. I do have to roll her music. It's a 3, so it'll be a 4. Okay, and the last guy is Treasure and Flee again, so he's going to bolt after the round 2. So we'll have to figure that out. Okay, over to Duster to go. Yeah, I think I'll have her go next. I'm going to go ahead and put her up against this guy here. And Nightshade will go here. Oof, they're both slow this time. Okay, and then finally Gasket will go. Let's see where he falls. He is also 3. Man. Gearlocks are slow this time. All right, so he's going to slide right on in there. He does get his defense right off the bat, so he'll get 4 defense. And then I have to reset his gauge there. All right, and everything else is done. This will go back in here. Okay. All right, then we move into it. So round 1, purple is going to go first. So the dragon is going to attack first. He's going to get 2 defense and 3 attack. Oh boy. He's going to go after the weakest guy, but it's going to be Gasket because he's in contact with him. Wow, 4 damage, so that'll clear that out. And he got 1 set of bones. This one was a crack, so 1 defense. And weaken 2. So Gasket's going to be set back a little bit as well. Okay. All right, so that's it for him. So then we're over to Stanza to go. She is -2, so she's only going to get 2 decks. So I'm going to go ahead and start a song. I'll go ahead and do this one here. And I'm going to go ahead and roll a defense. And it's a bone. That's not good. Oh boy. All right, then blue's going to go, so he is going to attack her with 3 and 1 defense. And he does have blind strike, so he's going to deal damage right off the bat to her, so she's down 1 already. And then, oof. Almost identical to the other guy. He does 4 damage. Whoa. So that will drop 4 more off of her. She's getting hammered here. We're going to have to do something about that pretty quick. All right, that was his turn. Then it's over to Duster to go next. She's got 4. I've got to get through that guy as quick as possible here so that I can get at him. He's not going to roll any attacks, so I'm not really too worried about defense at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 attack on him, and then I'm going to go ahead and roll the Promise of Prey. And this one, I can lock this one, right? Let's make sure before I roll that. Duster, Promise of Prey is... Yeah, I can lock it. On the battle mat, it's applied to any baddie on its turn. Nightshade may place. Okay. So I do get the Promise of Prey, so I'm going to go ahead and lock that in there. I do 2 damage and I roll a bone. So that'll drop 2 there. And that is the end of her turn. And then it's going to be over to him to go next against that guy there. So I'm going to roll my 2 attack dice. That's all I've got for now. He rolls 3 damage, so 2 are going to get through because of the hardy, which will be enough to defeat him right off the bat, so that's good. So he goes down. And that'll take care of that enemy at least. And then it's over to Gasket to go. So Gasket is -2 there, so I have to roll that. And I might as well go ahead and try to build up his defense. So I'm going to go ahead and roll 3 of the defense there. Alright, so I have to spend 1 there. So I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to 2. So that'll give him his full defense back. So that'll keep him going for a little while. Alright. That is everything there. So then it's going to be round 2. Alright. Back up to the top of the order. So he's going to attack. I'm going to keep that weaken on there because he's just going to hit me again with that. So then he's going to attack. He gets 1 yellow and the 3 swords. 2 bones this time. So that was a little bit better. And another bone for the defense. So I lucked out. I'm only taking 1 damage with Gasket this turn. Okay, over to Stanza to go. Stanza's going to have to do something here with her defense. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 there. I got the song going right now. So that's going to bump up there. And everybody's going to get a bone. Okay. And then I'm going to... might as well roll an attack as well. Either that or do I start another song? I think I will start another song. I'm going to go ahead and start this one here. And that is going to provide protection to the party. With is cleanse. Remove and prevent all negative effect dice from being placed on affected unit until a section is active. So that will clear that off. Which I don't know if he was affected by that anyways, because that's weaken. He's a robot. I completely botched that. So I would have gotten 2 extra dice. So let me go ahead and roll 2 attack dice on that guy. Well, no, I better not. He had the defense, so I'm just going to leave it there and call it good. All right, so that's, I just get my defense with her. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Oh, this is not good. Do I have anything to heal? Yeah, I'm going to have to do the descaler. This is going to give me a buff of 2. And it's a single use, so that'll be discarded afterwards. Okay. And that is everything. So I've got 3 dice coming at me for an attack. He does do the scaling, or the blind strike. Oh, that is 4 damage to her. That'll be 1 there. They're consistent, I'll give him that. And 2 more. That will defeat Stanza, so she is down. That is not good at all. Okay, that's it for her, so she's out. So he'll move back up. All right, so over to Duster to go. That guy's got quite a bit of yep. So I've got 4. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my 3 attack, and I need probably 1 defense here. And I'm going to go ahead and do I think I'm going to have to let that treasure go, to be honest. What's her ability here? I really kind of need to get that guy out of here. Duster. We've got... Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to keep it at this. I am going to place that die on that baddie. That way then I can move him during that turn. I think I'm going to switch out. Yeah. So what do I do here? Well, I think I'm going to just stay on this guy for the time being, because then he might move up and be able to attack there. Okay, so 3 more damage. And I got 1 defense out of it. So that's going to take care of 3 out of the 4 hit points. Fortunately, that is not enough. So I think he's going to be bolting at the end of this round. And I forgot to bring him in. So he's going to come out at the end anyway, so that's okay. And he gets 3 hit points, and he's going to get 2 automatic defense. Let's see where he comes out at. 2, so he's up top here. Okay, oop, let's drop hit that here. All right. So that was Duster. Is there anything else I can do? I can only use 1. All right. So yeah, I think I'm done with her turn. So then it's over to Nightshade. I'm going to go ahead and move Nightshade up here. Or do I just... I think I'm just going to move him over here. Yeah. So I get to do moving her for that, and then I'll move him for 1 there, and I'll finish that guy off there. Oh, before I do that, I am going to take her turn, during her turn, and use the kelp. This is fully heal yourself if currently at 1 HP, otherwise heal 2 HP. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That will give her 4 health back and keep her alive, hopefully. Okay. Now let's go ahead and go with him. I get 2, and that will finish this guy off. Okay. So then I do get to drop a treasure die. Now it's over to Gasket to go. I have to roll this. I get my full complement of dice this time, so I'm going to go ahead and roll these. And... I'm going to move over for 1. So it leaves me with 5. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this one as well. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, so I got 1 on him, so that'll drop his armor. This goes back here. I do have to spend 1 for that. I do have to do a bones for that, so I'll have to figure out what I want out of that. So that's 3 damage there. So it brings him down to half damage at least. And then I have to do my backup plan from that die. So let's see what we have here. So I can bump that back up. Gains a hydro and also adds an increase. So yeah, I'll go ahead and spend those to do the dehumidifier. That gets me 1 hydro, and it also gets me to bump up a defensive die. So I think that'll be a good choice. All right, so then green's going to go. So green gets to move 2, 1, 2, and then can't do anything else. Okay, and her stuff goes away, and all this goes away. All right, so now we are in round 3. 5's going to go. He's going to drop down, and he will attack Gasket. 3 and 1. 2 more defense. And 3 damage. Okay. And then he's going to go Blind Strike. Is that a straight damage, or is that off of his defense? Before moving, this unit deals damage to the strongest adjacent unit. So it's going to be 1 there. Boy, Gasket's going to get hammered here. And then we've got 3 more coming his way plus a defense. Oof, 4 more. Ouch. And he adds a defense there. So 2 go down there, and he's going to lose 2 health. So he took 8 damage this time. Wow. Definitely going to have to do the power converter to boost that back up. All right, that's them. So it's over to Duster to go. Duster's going to move into this space here. That'll collect that. And it's the map. The map, it was 26. Shuffle special encounter. Okay, the doorway into the encounter deck. All right, so I'll have to take care of that after the fact. So I'm going to go ahead and just place that off to the side here so I can take care of that later. And that was 1 dex. She's got 3 left. I'm going to go ahead and roll another 1 there and 2 attack. So hopefully that'll help with that. Wow, that is 3 more bones. That was not very good at all. Yikes. Okay. Jeez. Do I have anything else to do here? She hasn't been upgraded yet, so yeah, there's not much else I can do with her at the moment. So then it's going to be over to Nightshade to go. He's going to move over. He gets his 2 attack dice on that guy times 2. So hopefully this will be a good roll. It's 2 damage, so 4 damage to him, minus 1 there, and 3 more will finish him off. So at least I was able to do that. That's good. That'll start cutting down on some of the damage coming my way. Then it is over to Gasket to go. Gasket definitely needs some defense here, so I'm going to go ahead and roll his 4 defensive dice for sure. And then I have to roll this one, and I might as well roll this one here to start doing some bleed on these guys. Okay. All right, so what do we got here? All right, I got 1 bone. I have to spend a hydro from that. And I've got 4 defense. And I did do the bleed on both of them. So Mechs are immune, so I don't get to do it on him. But that guy is not, so he will take that, and then this goes right back. All right, so gasket is done, so then it's over to this guy to go. So he's going to move 2. And he doesn't have the mobility, right? No. Okay, so he can't move diagonally. Just want to make sure I was doing that right. And then I will spend 2 of those there to get him his 2 health back. Okay, that is the end of that round. I have no more enemies to bring out at this point, so we are into round 4. Purple's going to go first. I have both of my defensive dice out at this point. I do take a true damage from the bleed. And let's see what he does. 3 more damage on there. So that's 2 and 3. All right. Then it's over to Duster to go. So, I think Duster's going to move up, and she'll make an attack action on that. I'm going to go all 3. Yeah, I'm going to do all 3. All right, so I got 3 damage, and that is it for my backup plan, so that'll complete that. So now she is upgraded. Oh, I guess I should probably be using that side. That'll drop that by 1, and he loses a health. All right, so then it's going to be over to Nightshade to go. He's going to move over 1 and attack. Gets 2. Hopefully he hits here, otherwise this might not be so good. There we go. There's 3 damage. So that'll finish off the Abomination. Okay, and that'll take care of that. So then it's over to Gasket to go. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 defense this time. And I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 attack dice in there as well. Yeah. All right, so another Hydro that I have to spend. So he's down to 3. And I've got up to 4 defense. I get another bone and 2 attacks. So that's going to drop that one off. All right, round 5. Over to Purple to go. He's going to attack. So again, it's going to be 3 and 1 this time. He's got 1 back, and he's doing 3 damage. So I'm just going to drop 2 of those there. All right, over to Duster to go. So she's going to move over for 1. And then she'll attack. She's going to go ahead and use her 3 attack dice. Well, she's going to do 2 in the ferocity. So I need to start trying to get that back up. All right, so 3 damage. I'm not going to... that might force me to use that. Let's see. Okay, yep. So I'll have that in there. I did 3 to him, so that's going to clear 2 off there. And 1 more for that. Then it's going to be Nightshade to go. He can move diagonally now because it is round 5, so I'm going to move down here for that. And then he gets to roll 2 as well. And does 2 more damage. So that'll take 2 more off there. And finally, it is over to Gasket to go. I have to roll that. I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 defense and 3 attack to try to polish this guy off. All right, I got 2 defense out of that. Another hydro, so I'm down to 2 hydro. And 4 damage. That will take care of him. So right before we were going to go into that nasty round 6 where we start bleeding. Okay, that finishes off that. So then if successful, immediately find and proceed yet today with special encounter console labs biohazard. Reset the battle, gearlock maps, and use current HP. So I'm going to be going into this with just the 3 gearlocks, as poor Stanza has been taken out already. So I have to reset the battle mats. So these guys will come off, but nobody gets to heal. And then I do get to go into biohazard here. So with that one, and I will get 2 chests, but I think that happens after the fact. I think these are all kind of handled together. So, clank, the lab is so dark, even the lights from a torch seems to be swallowed. The loud noises are enough to make one's stomach drop through the floor. Clank, it's hard to see anything, just occasional flashes of metal reflecting on the torch. Clank, the noise the thing or things is making is terrifying. The torch catches a glimpse of an ape, or is it a goblin? Then it reappears as a cobalt. In the dark, it is impossible to tell if the single unspeakable something is preparing to attack, or if the room is full of angry monstrosities. Okay, so with this one, I have again a choice. What the heck is down here? I get baddie points, include 2 mechs with this. At the end of each round, replace the top of every 5-point baddie chip with a new 5-point baddie chip, or 5-point baddie. Do not adjust health or initiative. If successful, we'll immediately find and proceed yet today with the special encounter Console Labs Horror Factory. Or I can choose, it's possible best if we leave these things down here forever. And this one will just get me 1 more points towards my day goals. Well, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and fight them. Let's see if we can make this work here. So again, it's going to be baddie points, so I'm still at 15. I do get the 2 mechs in there, so that's going to drop them down, and I am going to have to shuffle these back up here and see which one I end up pulling, as I'm out of mechs at this point. All right, so let's put these back in the stack, and I'll add that one back in. They're going to be at the bottom, so that's 6 points already, so that drops me down to 9 points. I need a 5-point baddie and 4 1-point baddies. So that's going to be my baddie stack. So I'm going to have to deal with these regular guys first before getting down to the mechs. All right, so my big one here I need to drop is the 5-point before he starts changing. So I have an ape imposter. Well, that kind of fitting since they were talking about that. All right, 5 hit points. He is initiative 3, so he's a slower at least. Oop, where's the 3 here? There it is. Okay, this one is untargetable if he rolls a pair of bones and 1 mind. Okay, so I'll have to figure out what that is. He is a ranged guy, so he is going to be back here. Next, I have blind strike. There's another 1 mind. Here's 3 HP. He is initiative 3 as well. Purple. And he is a melee guy. Okay. Number 3 is going to be, he's going to have 4 health. And he is mischief 1, initiative 3. We're going to have 3s all across the board here, I think. He is melee as well. And the final guy for now is a dragon baddie, or biddy. He is 3 health, 4 initiative, so he's actually going to be the first one to go here. He's a melee guy, so he'll be there. Okay, and then the question is, does Nightshade come out on this one or not? So it's, let's see here. If successful, immediately find proceed yet today with special encounter console labs biohazard, reset the battle and gearlock maps and use current HP. That is a good question. Because it seems like it's just a continuation of the day and you're just diving down deeper. So I'm going to assume that everything stays the same. So Nightshade should come back out because he never actually left. That's my guess. I am also going to keep any dice that are exhausted off as well. So I already used the one, so I can't be able to use those dice again. So I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. Hopefully that's correct. Let me know in the comments down below if you know otherwise. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the pair of them and see what happens with their initiative. 6 and 4, so that's a little bit better. So he's going to be the first one to go, and then it's going to be her afterwards. So let's find out what these baddies got, some of their special rules here so that we know what we're up against. So Mischief 1. Remove a number of dice from target's active slots before attacking. Okay. So that actually might be... I might want to go with Duster on that one. Oh, active slots are going to be up here. So Nightshade will be the best for there because he doesn't have any. So let's go ahead and drop him on down there and see if I can start working on that guy. The one up top there, 1 mines. On this unit's turn, all other beast-type baddies are going to roll 1 attack die against their targets. So both of these guys will trigger off each other, so I don't like that. So I might want to handle him next and get him out of there. And I'll put that guy in the middle to kind of set up a defense on that. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll drop, well, he does have a lot as well. Yeah, I think I'll drop her here and then send her straight up the middle and try to hit him. And then let's see what we have to say about this one here. It's a 4, so he's going to slide on in there as well. So they get to go before all the baddies. So he'll go there and kind of set a defense up. All right. Yep, that's everybody. So into round 1, I'm going to go ahead and start with Nightshade. So I got 2 attack dice on that guy there. Just 1 damage. Not the best. All right. Over to Duster, so she's going to go ahead and slide on up there, and she will attack. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the Varpal Blade, and I'm going to do 2 more attack dice. Let's see what I get with that. Hopefully that'll help me out a little bit here. Oof. So I'm going to hold on to the Varpal Blade because I rolled pretty poorly on there. But I got 2 successes on there, so that'll drop him down 2. And I do have 2 there, so I could pop it on him. That would bring him down to just 1 hit point with that, as I do have the backstab. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the 2 to do a backstab. So I'll drop him down to just 1 hit point. Okay, then it'll be over to Gasket to go. Gasket is full there, so I'm going to have to spend 1 there. I'm going to go ahead and do the 3 attack dice. And I'm running low on hydro there, so I do need to build up there. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these two, and I'm going to go ahead and do 1 defense and 1 there. See what I get with this. All right, so we do have backup plan and one of those, so I have to spend all of that this turn, so I have to figure out what I want to do with that. And then he did roll pretty well. I got another defense, which isn't going to do me any good, but I did roll 4 hits, so that will drop this guy completely, so I don't have to worry about that at least. For this round, he's a 1. And that's, okay. Then I have to figure out what I'm doing with this. So I might have to build him up a little bit. So reprogram. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 of them to do the dehumidifier again. And that will give me another hydro. And I get to increase one of these by 1. Okay, so now it's on to the baddies to go. So first off, with this guy, he is going to move forward. And he's attacking the strongest one, so right now that is Duster. So 1 attack die. It's bones, so no effects there. Next, we have Blue up top, so he's going to get 1 defense and 2 attack on her as well. Nothing on defense. He does trigger the untargetable, though. So he can't be targeted, but I think that's going to go away at the end of the round anyways, because he's going to be switching out. She will take 2, so 1 there, and then she does lose 1 HP. And then after that, purple has been eliminated, so he'll come back out next round, and yellow is going to attack strongest again, which is Duster still. So 1 more on Duster. Okay. So she's down to 3 hit points. All right. That is into round 1, so now we have to figure out what's going on with this stuff. So let's see here. All right. At the end of each round, replace the top of every 5-point baddie chip, so we're going to have to do that with a new one. So now we have a dodge and 1 mind. Pretty much well, it's actually a little bit better maybe. He does have dodge, so I have to figure out what that is. So what is dodge? Dodge, this unit's HP cannot be reduced with attack dice. Well, that's not good. All right. And that is it for that. So now I have to bring out a new enemy. So that's just going to go out there. This guy, one health. And he is a signal 2. That's not good. At the start of this unit's turn, add a single lesser baddie to the bottom of the queue. Okay. So I just have to kill him before that happens. And he is a ranged enemy. Okay. Duster is not good at defense. She should not be in the middle of this mess. All right. That is going to be round 2 now. So over to Nightshade. It's a lot to attack for just the 1 damage, but I think that's going to have to do. So on to that guy. Got it with 2 damage, so didn't go too crazy on him. So he will drop off, and another one will come out next turn. So that takes care of that. Then it's over to her to go. So she's going to go ahead and use this. She's going to have to roll her 2 defense and 1 attack die. So I'll go then with this guy on the attack die. Okay, so All right, so I did roll the 1 dagger there, so that will eliminate him. So I don't have to worry about that. That goes away. I did 1 damage onto that guy. And I have 2 here. All right, so he's going to attack there. So I'm going to use 1 for pack mentality to move this guy up here adjacent to that. All right. And then finally it's over to Gasket to go, so I'm going to have to roll that. I'm going to roll my 3 attack. And 1 there. And I'll go ahead and roll the directive again. Alright, so I got 1 defense. That's not going to do me any good. I have to use a backup plan this turn. And wow, 6 damage and a foot. So I think that's that I have to move. So that's going to eliminate this guy. And shift. I must move 1 adjacent position. Cannot move to a position Gasket already has occupied this turn. Alright, so he's going to have to move. So that guy's been taken out. Which way do I want to go? I think I'm going to shift over here. Alright, so that goes back, and that was a ton of damage on that one. So it's just going to be that guy next to go. It's going to be 1 defense, 2 attack. And I'm going to take it on Nightshade because I don't want to lose Duster yet. Hopefully this won't be enough to kill. It does not. He does get 1 defense, and Nightshade takes 2. Okay. Alright, so that is the end of the round. So at this point, then this guy goes away. The new guy comes out. So now we have Equipment Mischief 2. And then we also have two of these mechs coming out. So mech number 1, oh no, it's the Abomination. And he is going to start with 2 defense on him right away. And let's see where he comes out at. He is coming out at number 4. Gasket made the right choice. Next guy is Disruption. And that's yellow. He gets 3 health. And let's see where he's coming out at. He comes out at 3, so he's on the other end here. He has 2 defense as well. All right. So it's going to be round 3 we're going into now. All right, Nightshade starts us off. He's going to go ahead and attack. Or do I want to move down and work on that guy? What does Mischief do again? I think that's the removing the dice from the active player's slots. So I really need to get rid of him. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and attack him first. Just 1. That'll eliminate his defense. Then it's over to Duster to go. She's got 4 decks. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 attack and 2 defense. Yeah, I think that's probably my best move there. Oh, man, she just cannot roll any armor. 2 damage, so that will drop that down. And she's going to go ahead and do backstab to eliminate him. Okay, so that takes care of that one there. And she's a sitting duck. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, and I got nothing for her. So that was blue. That's gone. Purple's next. He's going to attack. He gets 1 attack die. So it's a hit. So that'll take care of that. And then this guy over here, he has swipe and disruption. Disruption, advance round counter die to at the end of the round. Okay. So that's if he rolls bones. Well, that's not good. And then we have swipe. At the end of this unit's turn, it will switch positions with the closest, strongest opposing unit. All right, so then it's going to move. Okay, so then he's going to attack Duster. And he does roll bones. So she takes 1. And that is going to trigger at the end of the round. So he has triggered that effect. That's not good. Not good at all. All right. Yep, that is the end of the round. So beginning of a new round now. Well, he swipes positions with her because she is the closest opposing unit. So unfortunately, Nightshade goes down because of the true damage. So he's off. Then it's her turn. She's going to lose a health. And then she's going to attack. She's going to go with 2. I kind of just need to go all out because she's going to be dead otherwise if it doesn't go at work. So I'm going to swing the whole kit and caboodle at him. All right, so I do 5 damage. So 2 will take off his defense and 3 will eliminate him. All right, so at least that was successful. With that, so that'll go away. And she didn't roll any bones, so there's nothing else that she can do with that. All right, so then it is going to be over to Gasket to go. Gasket needs to do at least 4 damage to this guy, and then he'll die at the beginning of his turn. So I got to do at least 4. And I had to spend that so that I'll use it on the hot fix. All right, so I have to roll that. I'm going to roll my 3 attack. And might as well roll a defense. Might as well roll 2 defense. Or I'll go with a directive. Why not? Maybe I'll get lucky with a with something there that'll work and do some damage. All right. So we've got some bones. I got a defense. I got another bone. 2 damage and 1 there. So that takes care of that. And the feet, so he has to move. So I'll just move up and that'll go back. And then I have to spend stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and spend the whole 3 to do the dehumidifier, which gets me another hydro, and I get to up my defense by 1. And I'll go ahead and spend my last point there to gain a health back. And there's nothing else I can do at this point. So then he's going to go, he loses a health. He's going to roll He'll get his 2 defense back because of his self-repair, and he rolls 1 attack die. Bones. So disruption as well, but it's already in the end rounds. So unfortunately, that means that Duster's going to go down at the beginning of her turn. So we're just left with Gasket to go. All right, Gasket. Gasket loses a health. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack. I'm going to roll all my attack dice. I'm going to go ahead and roll that again, and I might as well roll 1 more here. Try to get some more bones. Okay. Alright, so I got 1 there. Alright, I got another defense, which doesn't do me any good. Got the 2 attacks, so that'll take care of his defense. I did roll that, so I gotta figure out what that is real quick. So that is a ram. Deal number of damage to an adjacent unit. Move that unit 1 position. Gasket moves into the vacated unit's position. So 1 damage to it, which actually works out. I do have to spend a hydro for that. And this will go back into his directive slot. Moving into the enemy's turn, it takes 1 true damage, and that will finish off that enemy. Oof, that was painful. Painful, painful, painful. So I've got 3 health left on Gasket. All right, so that finishes off that round. I have to immediately find and proceed yet today with Special Encounter Horror Factory. Okay, Horror Factory. Here it is. The machine is something out of a nightmare. Saws, syringes, hooks, and a face mask. Gearlock, Viscera, the council lecture is everywhere. Literature is everywhere. Did Nobulus and the council really create entirely new species, or use their own brethren as experiments to do so? There are always rumors of what happened at the break. Was this the result of some awful concoction? An enormous Yeti-like creature blocks the doorway behind us, and there are only 2 possible options: burn this monster and the lab to the ground, or try to escape through the darkly lit room in the back. But some awful uneasy feeling is saying to stay as far away from that room as possible. Okay. So at this point, I can choose to either destroy the lab, a preview of things to come. Today's battle is breaking the immortal Nobulus Abomination tyrant cards. However, Nobulus and his tyrant die will not participate. This is not in place of the final battle. If the encounter is successful, counter success is achieved when Abomination is defeated for the first time. If successful, persistent Abomination tyrant die is destroyed and will not be used during the final battle with Nobulus. So if I can pull this off, that would be a huge boost to the end of the game for sure. Escape into the machine. A surge of enemy energy engulfs the party. Choose a Gearlock to place back in the game box. The Gearlock is transformed into Abomination for the rest of this adventure. Refer to playing as the Abomination section of this rulebook. Oof. So either I lose a Gearlock, or I try to fight the Abomination. Oh man. Well, it could be mech versus Abomination, as Gasket is a machine too. So this could be quite a brawl. Why not? Let's go for it. So let me do some research real quick, figure out how this Abomination works, and we'll be back to see how this goes. All right, so I think I figured this out. Hopefully, I'm not guaranteeing anything though. So again, let me know in the comments down below if I did this correct or if there's something I missed. So with this one, it looks like I'm just going to be going head-to-head against the Abomination. So this is going to be an interesting battle, as otherwise this would probably be a little bit of an easier battle for me. Now, I'm not going to use Nobulus or his Tyrant die. I will have the Abomination die and the Abomination. And depending upon how this rolls, this could go good or bad. And it seems like a lot of good, or a third of the time, the Abomination is going to be jumping off back onto the baddie pile to come back out. So it'll basically refresh him for that particular round. So we'll see how this goes. So he's going to start with 5 hit points. And he is going to be at initiative 4. And then he also does start with 2 defense on him right off the bat. All right, that is his turn, so I'll just go ahead and chuck that up there. Then Gasket's going to come out. I'm going to go ahead and go right next to him there. I'm going to roll my die. Come on, Gasket. 4 would be great. There we go. So I'm going to go there to start that off. And Gasket's full on defense, so it's just going to be trying to do some damage and whatnot. Now, he is the Abomination is considered a mech, so again, he's not going to be able to be affected by a lot of the things that Gasket can normally do. I'm going to have to be careful about his Hydro. That's going to be another problem. So I'm going to go ahead and start off Gasket's turn. I do need to spend... So I'm going to go ahead and do this one here to go ahead and refill my power converter there so that I can heal myself. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right away. Bump myself back up to full health. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack. So I get 4, so I'm going to go ahead and do my 3 attack dice. I'm going to go ahead and do my directive die, because if I get certain things that can actually help me, I have to roll the Hydro, and might as well roll a defense. No, I can't. I can only roll, all right, yeah, I can. I can roll 1. Let's see what happens. All right, so we've got 2 defense, so that's not going to help me. I was hoping for some backup plan stuff there. I do have 1 here, which I'm already maxed out, so I'm just going to go ahead and waste that. And then I did 3 damage and the push. So that's going to push him back 1, move me forward 1. He does 1 damage, so I'm going to do 2 there, and I do 2 damage to him from regular stuff. So unless he does some stuff there, that's a great start to the round. And then it goes to his turn, so he's going to roll that, plus he's going to get his 2 attack, and he'll get his self-repair right away. So let's see what happens with the Tyrant die. This could be good or bad. Okay, so he does 3 damage to me, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that by 3. And then he did roll overclock, so he's going to immediately take another turn. So that's not good. So I believe with that I think he's going to roll his Tyrant die again so that he could potentially continue to chain this together. Okay, so he rolled 1 more success. So that'll take care of that. Bones have no effect, and then he rolled the Jaws, which is... Meticulous code, strongest opposing unit rolls poison effect die and applies the result to itself. So it's only gadget, and he is pretty much immune to, I think, everything on here. Let me double check. It is poison. He is immune to poison. I'm almost 100% sure on that. So let me double check just to be 100% sure. Let's see. Where did I see that? Let's see. Much like a bot, Gasket is immune to a number of effects: poison, weaken, terrify, stun, and even bleed. Fatigue, unfortunately, still applies. Okay, yep, so I'm good there. So no effect on that. That actually was pretty decent results for that. So then we're into round 2. Back to Gasket to go. So I'm going to roll that. I'm going to go ahead and do my 3 attack dice. Need to keep the pressure on. I'm going to roll a defense die. Do I go another defense or do I roll another? one there to hopefully... I'm going to roll defense. I need to keep my defense up. And see what happens here. Okay, so I do get a couple of bones here. I do have to spend 1 for something, and I did 3, so I'm going to do another damage to him. And that goes away, so I'm slowly working his way down. Unfortunately, I have a feeling he's gonna heal up here. I do have to spend that for something, so I think I'm just going to waste it because I don't have anything to boost with it at this point. So yeah, back over to him. Poison would be great. Come on, poison. Poison, 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 poison. No, it's another attack. That's okay. I can deal with that. All right, so swinging again. Poison, 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 poison. Come on, poison. Oh, it's a crack. I got 2 attack, and then let's roll this again. And it's a repair, so then he's going to fly off, and then he'll come back stronger than ever. No. All right, so better pull that back up. Because basically at the end of the round, he comes back on the board. Now the question is, yeah, I would assume he probably comes back with that on there. All right, so he's going to have to go into a close spot to him, so there's that. Okay. Round 3. So it's back to Gasket to go again. So I got to roll this. I'm going to go ahead and do the 3 attack. And I might as well throw 2 defense. I need to keep building that defense. Okay, so I do get 1 there. I have to spend 1 there, so I will bump that up to a 2. Well, wait. I do have 5 now, so I could do Power Surge, which might be handy to do. So 2 will take care of his defense. I got 2 on him right away, leaving him with 3 health. So I'm going to do the Power Surge, which is 3 damage onto the closest, or the my enemy there. So that is 3, and that will finish him off. Zap! So I defeated the Abomination. Okay. Wow, that worked out. I was not sure if I was going to be able to pull that off, but I managed to do it. All right, so that will hopefully help for the end battle. Okay, so I think that finishes off everybody at this point. So I'm going to get a ton of stuff here. I get 4 loot for everybody, and I get 2 training points, and I destroyed the lab, so I get a trove loot for everybody. Wow. So I'm going to have some choices to make here. So first off, 4 loot for everybody, so let's go ahead and handle that real quick. So we've got... that could be good. Fortune Discovery. Okay, so I'm going to keep these 2. I'm going to go ahead and drop this one. That one could be good as well. So that one I'm going to drop. These 2 I'll drop. I'll hold on to those 3, and I'll drop that one to get my trove loot to start working on that. Over here with Duster, loose wires increase your dex by 1. Place this. Fish dinner outside of battle. I think I'll do the Spider salvo. I'm going to go ahead and drop that one. Okay, and then I will get Trove Loot for her. And I get 4 for him. Let's see what I got here. Advanced Fishing Rod. Oh, that's kind of good. I'll drop that. Okay. So go ahead and keep those. And Trove Loot. All right, so that takes care of that. And then we have the 2 training points to handle. So let's go ahead and do those real quick. So Stanza first. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Stanza. Shoo. Let's see. Let's do. Well, we could do the River Deep. That might be good. Under the Zaffrey might also be good. I think I'm going to do that one instead because that'll give me some much needed healing points, hopefully. It's number 10. Okay, so that's 1. And then 2, I'm going to go defense. So I'm going to roll 2 defensive dice. And I'm good. So I get to bump that up by 1. All right, so that's for her. And then obviously I'm going to heal her for her choice of her turn. All right, my wolf gets 1. She has to heal so that she's back in this for 5. Okay, over to Duster. All right, so I've got those 3 there. All right, so I think I'm going to do the infusion bracers. That's going to be number 9 as my first. And my second, I might want to just do another dex. I think that's what I'm going to do for that. And then hopefully I'll be able to get some more for him soon. And then that will get added in, so I'll have to take care of that. All right, so that finishes her off. So then it's over to Gasket to go. I might want to just get another. Let's try the defense. So I'm going to need 4 dice. And I'm good. So I actually get my defense points. And then as my second one, I think I'm going to get my secondary canister. That way that I'm not worrying about the hydro as much, and I can start building up some of this other stuff to work with there. All right, that is all my points. This gets added in to the encounters, so let's go ahead and mix that up real quick. And I've got all of the points for him, so I could work on treasure loots, or the trove loot, because I used it with her. He's still at only 1 because I cannot heal him, and I have not gotten the flint and timber yet. All right, what to do? Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and work on this treasure loot here. So I need 1 lever, 3 trip, and 5 force. So let's see what we get here. I get to do a switch, I think. Convert. Change a lock type. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and convert one, but first I'm going to go ahead and do the lever to take care of that. Now I need 3 trip, so I'm going to go ahead and convert this one to trip. So I'm going to go ahead and use that for that, and then I get to roll these 2 over for force, which lets me convert 3 to force, but I don't have enough to take care of that. So I only have the last one to go to unlock that during my next turn. All right, so at this point, I think I have my points that I need to go ahead and face the tyrant. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have 1 point there out of those 3. That was a long one, man. 1, 2, yeah, I have 5, and that's what I need to face him. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is day 6. So I'm going to go ahead and face the tyrant. And with him, all right, that's going to go away. He's been taken care of, and this is going to be on the raft. All right, so we're going to have tentacles 1 through 4 on these starting positions on the outside here. And a party of 3 add tentacles 5 through 7. So we have 7 tentacles that are going to be out. And then we add Barnacle to the bottom of that. And then tentacles added after round 1 are placed at the bottom of the initiative meter. Barnacle moves to the top. Tentacles do not roll tyrant die. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add this over here. And then let's go ahead and handle those. So tentacle number 1 is going to be... Let's shift some of this stuff up here. Get rid of some of this. All right, so it's 1 health. It's initiative 3. And it's going to be number 3. All right, and then tentacle number 2 is on number 5. It's going to have 2 health. and it will have initiative of 2. Then we have tentacle number 3, which has 3 hit points. He starts at initiative 3. And he is going to be on location 1. They are all on that side. They are apparently attacking that side of the raft. And tentacle 4 has initiative 4, so he's going to be the first one to go. And he is on 2. Okay. All right, and then we have the other ones coming out later on. All right, so then it's over to us to go. Duster's at full health, so unfortunately he's not showing up, or Nightshade's not showing up right now. So Duster will come out first. She's going to be the first to go, so I'm going to put her over here. Okay, then Stanza will come out next. She is going to be 4. Stanza I'm going to put up here. And Gasket will be last. I'm going to put him over here. Now Gasket does get his defense. He is going to be a 3, so he'll go after green. Okay, so he's going to get his stuff. All right. Nothing to deal with on her, and Stanza gets to roll her. I think she's a 4, so that'll be a 5. And I have nothing else there. Gasket's taking care of his stuff, so I have to set that to 5. This one also gets set to 5. Okay, and we're good. All right, moving into it, round 1, we have Duster first, so she's got 5 decks now. I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 attack, or 2 defense, and 3 attack. Actually, I'm going to roll 1 defense and 3 attack, and then I'll go ahead and roll the ferocity in there. See if I can add that effect. All right, I got it. Nice. So I'm going to be able to upgrade him. I rolled 3 attack and no defense again. Duster doesn't need any defense. What are you talking about? 3 hits, so definitely targeting that guy there. I should have said that beforehand, but yeah, he was the bigger threat out of the 2 as he gets to submerge, so he's the one that I would have definitely taken no matter what. And that's it for that. So next it's going to be Stanza to go. She is going to go ahead and target the one there. She has 4 decks, so let's go ahead and start off with a song. Let's go ahead and do that one there. And yeah, I think that'll be good for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 defense and 1 attack. Okay. And then she does get bones. So let's put that drop in there. Okay. She actually got some defense this time, so that's good. Dink, dink. And she got 1 hit. So that'll take 1 off of him. All right, then it's over to green to go, so it's a shock 1. Shock 1 exhausts a skill die, player's choice from the target's skills area. I guess I'll take this one. I don't think that's going to be quite as handy this time. All right, then he's going to attack. He gets 2 and a defense. He gets 1 defense and 2 damage, so that'll take off 2 there. Then it's going to move over to Gasket to go. He is going to attack for sure. I've got 6 decks. So 5. I'm going to roll 3 attack and 2 defense. Let's see what happens. All right, so I have a backup plan that has to be spent. I got 2 more in there. I get another dex in there and 2 damage. So there's that. Okay. And I have that. So I'm just going to go ahead and bump 1 up by 1 and call it good. All right. And then Blue's going to go, so he's going to attack. He attacks weakest one, so it's going to be Duster. And he rolls a bone, so no effect there. And the other guy rolls a bone and a defense. So he's going to take a wound from his Careless. And that's okay. That's everybody. So that is the end of the round. So now we have new enemies coming out. So we have number 5, who is going to have 5 hit points. They're going to stop at the bottom of the track. And it's a 6, so he's going to be down here. All right, let me see if there's anything else on here. Tentacles added after round 1 are placed at the bottom of the initiative meter. Barnacle moves to the top. Tentacles do not roll the tentacle die. So Barnacle will move up to the top of that track. So he'll come out next time. All right, so round 2. Duster did not take any damage, so Little Nightshade is not coming out just yet. Well, she might as well attack, so she's going to do 3 and 1. Well, let's do 2 and 2. As he only has 1 hit point. So I definitely drop him, and I get 1 and 1. Okay, so he's gone. All right, that's all she pretty much can do. And I do have that. So there's nothing I can do there. So then it's going to be over to Stanza to go. She's going to continue playing. So all enemies are going to receive bones, which will finish off that enemy there. As that's, or no, it's just 8 damage. So I think that'll keep him there. He just loses the defense, right? That's not true damage with Careless, correct? Yeah, just loses HP. It doesn't say true. So each one of us will get a backup plan. Or a bone. Okay. I'm playing that song. Should I start another song, or do I want to keep things as is for now? I think I'm good there for the time being. So I can roll 2 attack dice, and I can roll 1 defense. And that'll be good there, because I already have 2 in there, so I can roll 1 more. All right, so I get 1 more defense, so I'm up to my max. I rolled 2 damage, so that will finish off that guy there. That is everything she can do. Over to him to shock. I have to lose another die, so I guess I'll lose that one. Then he attacks with 2 and 1. He does 3 damage and a defense. 3 damage will be that. Okay, then it kicks over to Gasket to go. So I gotta roll that. I'm gonna roll my 3 attack. And might as well roll 2 defense. Gotta start building that back up now. All right, so I got a backup plan. I got 2 more backup plans. and 2 more defense and another damage. So I'm just slowly turning this guy down. I'm gonna go ahead and spend that whole backup plan to wipe him out. That's 3 damage onto him, because I do not want to keep on working on that guy, especially with that shock in there. That was causing some problems. All right, that is all I can do with him. That takes care of blue and that. So just purple left. Purple is going to move and he will attack. He gets 2 and 2. And then submerge. How does that work here? This unit will move. If this unit would move, instead roll a d6 and move it to the starting position. Okay, so it's going to move instead. And it moves to 4, so it just moved up anyways. All right, so then it's going to attack. It rolls 1 there and 2 more attack, so that'll clear off that there. Okay, then Barnacle is going to go, so he's going to come out. He will move to the top of the track, I believe, as this is going to be round. Well, let's handle that first. So he's going to come out. He gets 8 hit points. Let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8. He's going to get blue. And I think he comes up in one of these spots as well. So let's go and roll. It's a 5, so he's going to come up here, I believe. Okay, and then I do have the 2 other tentacles to come out, so 6. And that one's going to come out on the bottom, so there's that. And that one comes out on number 6, so it's down here. Okay, and then number 7 has 7 hit points. 6, 7. That one is number 4. That one's a shock 1 and submerge. So that's going to go down there, and it's in location 1. So it's up here with Stanza. Okay. Yikes. Okay. So round 1, we're going to have Tyrant to go, so he gets 1, 1, and 1 on Duster. 1 damage and a tentacle. So with that one, withdraw an injured tentacle. I don't think any of our tentacles are injured at this point. From the battle mat and place it back on the battle queue. I don't think there's any injured ones, so I don't think that's going to have an effect. He gets 1 armor, and he does 1 damage that she's going to block with her defense there. Moving down the line, she's going to go, so she's going to get her stuff there. So I'm going to go with 2 attack dice, 2 defense, and I'm going to go with the vibro blade. All right, and I think I'm going to hold on to that because that was a bad roll there. So I'm not going to use that. I got 2, so that's 1. He'll take 1, and I get 2 defense. All right, and then he has 2 the deep. I think that, what does that affect? I don't think that's going to be on here. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be on there. Where is that effect? At the end of each round, if Barnacle is on the playmat and there are still tentacles in the BQ. Okay, so he is, we don't have to worry about that at this point. Then it's over to Stanza next, so she's going to keep playing her song. So that gets everybody a baddie point. That's 3 points on her song. All right, and then she has, I'll roll my 2 attack. And I might as well roll this one here, because I'm all out on defense, so that'll do. All right, on to that guy. So I do 2, and I'm going to hold on to that because that was not effective. So 2 damage onto him. Woo. And that's it on that. And then she does have 3 at this point. Is there anything to use as of yet? True advance. I think I will go ahead and advance the song. Oh, no, these guys don't get one for that because third round 3 is just that. So I think I will leave that there. And it might be worth starting a new song at this point. I'm going to go ahead and start this one here. Okay, so that way then my party cannot be affected by bad stuff, I think. That is that cleanse. Remove and prevent all negative effect dice from being placed on affected unit while the session is active. Okay, so that was her turn. Then it's over to Gasket, so I'm going to go ahead and shift down 1. That way then these guys are going to be both hitting on me and not moving around. I have to use that. I'm going to go ahead and roll 3 attack and 1 defense. And hopefully I'll hold up with this. Okay, and I'm going to go after this guy here. Alright, so we've got 2 more bones. I have to use a hydro, so that's 1 there. And 1 defense and 1 attack. So that was not very effective at all. I have 3 at this current point. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to do the hot fix to bump that up by 1 because he's going to need some defense as he's going to have some heat coming his way. That's pretty much all I can do with him. So now it's over to the enemies. They're going to go. So we got 2 and 1 from that guy. He does 2 and another defense. So he'll clear that. Then he does have Submerge. So this unit, if this unit would move instead, okay. So he's not moving. That'll keep them there. This guy gets 2 and 1. As he's the next one to go. No defense, 2 attacks, so he cleans out all of the defense on Gasket, so that's not good. And then it's over to green to go, so shock 1 Stanza is going to have to lose a die. So I might as well lose this because it's not going to be effective for this game. And then 3 dice. Oof. And it's 3 damage, so Stanza will lose all 3 of her defense. Okay. Well, at least we had our defense up. It took her quite a few turns to get there. All right, round 3. It's going to be Barnacle first. He's going to roll his 3 dice. All right, so we've got 2, so it's going to clear that. She's holding on, and then he does get that. Withdraw an injured tentacle from the battle mat and place it back on the queue. This one's full health. So that one is taken 2. So I think it's going to be that one there. So it's going to go back on the queue. It's basically going to come right back out at the end of the round, but then he's going to drop off, I think, at that point. Because at the end of the round, he'll jump off. and that's not going to be good. All right, that was his turn, so we're over to Duster to go. He's going to go away, so I think I'm just going to move with her. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go ahead and roll my 2 defense. Actually, no, I'm going to move. I'll move up 1 and I'll roll 1 defense, and I get 1. Okay. Stanza is going to go. So she's going to move down 1. She's going to advance there, so that's 1 there. So that's going to get everybody back up on this points. She's got 2 songs running. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch that over to a vamp. And I'll start that one back over next round. And then she's going to go ahead and do 2, 3. I got 1. I'm going to roll a defense. And it's another bone. That is it for her turn. Over to Gasket to go. So I got to build up some his defense again. There's 1 there. Let's go ahead and I'll do 2 attack and 3 defense. All right, so he is all up again. All right. 1 damage onto that guy. And then I'm going to spend 5 to zap him. So 3 more damage. So he's only got 1 hit point left on him. All right, so I was close, not quite enough though. All right, so from there, it's going to move over to Purple to go. So he's going to go ahead and attack. He's got 2 for 3 damage, so that will take care of his defense. That's not good. And then over to this guy who attacks multiple enemies. He's going to swing twice. So first on Gasket. So 2 damage on Gasket. He does get his defense. So Gasket's going to take 2 damage. And then on Duster, 2 damage as well. And Duster's going to get some poison. So she's going to take 2. That will bring out Nightshade to help me out. So he's going to come out at the end of the round. He will start at the top. And this guy's going to, I think, drop off as well, because now into the deep at the end of each round, if Barnacle is on the battle mat and there are still tentacles in the at the end of the round. So let me see how the sequence works, because the question is that his thing triggered first, or when do the baddies come out? All right, so unfortunately this also says that it happens at the end of the round. So the question is, does his thing trigger first, or do the tentacles come out first and then his triggers after that? That is the question. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says at the end of the round. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, yeah, he would probably drop off. And he'll come back later with his full health. So he's gonna get one back. And then this tentacle is going to come out. So yeah, it will become that. It's going to get 7. Let's see where that comes out at. It's number 4. That's full, so it's going to go up to number 3. The next one on that track, so it'll be there. And then Nightshade comes out. Where to go with him? I think I'm going to drop him over here and just keep working on that, hopefully to drop him out of there. It's going to hit everybody. I don't know if I want to risk that just yet. So I think I'm going to swing him over here instead. And then it goes into his turn first. I'm going to spend that right away. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do... I'm going to go with the Dire Wolf, I think, to get the extra attack die. So that'll give me 3 attack dice on that guy. So 3 damage. That'll clear the 2 and 1. Okay. Over to Duster next, so she's going to take a poison. Poison is straight damage, right? Set or reset poison effect die. Target takes true damage. Okay, so true damage. Okay, so she's going to take 2 damage. I'm going to have to find a way to heal her. I reduce the die. Okay, but I have Stanza, so I can do the song and clear that. That'll be good. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and attack. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 defense. I will do that one there, and I'll do 2 attack dice. Then I'll start building up. I knew it. She just does not want defense. She's like, what are you doing? This is crazy. I don't need no stinking defense. Okay. All right, that takes care of that guy at least. That's her turn. There's really nothing else I can do at this point. I don't have anything else for that. So, yeah, I think that'll be it for her turn. This is actually the top of 4. I forgot to up that die. Over to Stanza. So Stanza is going to end that song. She'll start this one back up. So that's going to clear that poison. And they're immune to those effects this turn. So there's 1. And I think I should probably start a new song as well. I'll start this one here. That's going to give me heal HP affected units party. So let's see, Stanza's got 2, 4, 6, 7. She's good. Duster gets 1. And Nightshade gets 1. And he gets 1. Very effective. Okay, that was really good. All right, so that'll finish that off. For her, that's 2. I might as well roll 2 defense. Try to build those up or not. Let's just go with straight attack. I'm going to do this and this and see what happens with that. Nice. All right, so I got a backup plan, not helpful there, but I do 1 damage. And then I does take a poison effect die. So it's going to do the 1 straight up and the poison effect die. Okay, so that Stanza's turn. Over to Gasket to go. He has no defense at this point, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 2. I'll do 3 attack and 2 defense. All right, so that was helpful. We've got a backup plan, and that I will spend that to trigger the boost. So I'm going to do that. Then I do 4 damage to him, and that will finish him off, as that was exactly what I needed to do. That was very helpful. Green's gone, so we're down there. All right, and that is all of that. All right, then it's over to his turn to go. The poison takes effect. 2 damage to him, and this is going to go down by 1. And then it's going to attack for 3. Stanza has no defense at this point, so she's going to take some damage here. And 4 damage. Ouch! 1, 2, 3, 4. But that was worth it. All right. That's everybody. So he will not come out at the end of this round, as he went down last round, so he won't come down or come out until next round. So that's going to be top of 5. Okay. Correct. Let me make sure I'm reading that right here. We'll leave the battle at the bottom of the beginning and will not re-enter the battle for the next round. So does that mean he... Yeah, so I think he does come back out now. So let's see where he pops out at. He's going to be at 6. Ooh, that actually works out pretty well. All right. We are around 5, so Nightshade is going to go. He's going to move over 2. And he won't be able to do anything else this round. So then it is going to be Duster to go next. I'm going to go ahead and throw that blade again. And I'm going to go 3 attack dice. Might as well throw the bleed as well. Or what does this one do? That's if she gets attacked, right? I think that's if she gets attacked. Yeah. So that's a recourse. I could do the bleed. I think I will. I'm going to go all out on her, all straight attack damage and stuff. Nice. All right, so she does 3 with the blade, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, and she's going to cause bleed on him. So that will drop all of that, 2, 4, 6, 7. And she's going to cause him to bleed. Not that it's probably going to matter, because at this point, I got a feeling that Gasket's going to go ahead and be able to take care of that. Over to Stanza to go. She is going to, I think, maintain that. So she is going to pick up a defense. So yeah, she will gain a defense for that. And then this is going to go up as well. So we're at 4 currently. And everybody's going to heal 1. So she's going to pick up 1. Nightshade will pick up his next one. Gasket's at full, and she's at 3. So that's pretty helpful. All right. And then she's going to still get to go, so she's going to roll 2 attack dice. Yeah. And 2 and a bone. So that's 2 more gone. And I think I'm going to trigger her backup plan. The LeTourneau Smash. Yeah, so Stanza destroys her LeTourneau to deal damage equal to half of the focus in the prep area, rounded down to the target and exhaust all profession dice. So she has to exhaust these. It's going to do 2 more damage to him, but that will finish off that tentacle. So that one has been defeated as well. And then that is gone as well. So she is completely out of stuff for songs at this point, but that cleared that enemy completely. And then finally it's over to Gasket to go, and he's going to let Barnacle have it. So he's going to roll all 3 attack dice, that one, and I might as well roll 2 defense along with that. Oh yeah. So there's 3 attack plus, yeah. So that'll take care of Barnacle, and he has been defeated. All right, so let's see what happens here. We have, where is it? Okay, here we go. So Barnacle lunges toward the underwater caverns as he has protected so carefully. Foam and spray gush around the raft. Severed tentacles sail overhead as he gargles his last breath and sinks into the depths. While the submerged caverns are too deep to explore without a breathing apparatus, the cave entrance contains plenty of discoveries, cases, and chests. Full of books lay strewn around the entrance floor, each book's pages preserved in a watery stasis. Most can be identified as early Gearlock Academy texts. Barnacle and his kind, it seems, have been reading, learning, and adapting. The Carlson are clearly a greater threat than anyone had stopped to consider, and this type of intelligence from such a species is unnerving. Okay, so then we have Barnacle's die. Treat as a skill die during battles. We have Strangleholds for the tentacle itself. Keep a baddie from moving in its next turn. Place die on baddie, and it's a BA. And then we also have Heart of Sibron. This is going to be the heart that is on the BQ. Instantly reduce HP of all by 1. Also, all carrion entering battle mat start with HP reduced by 1. Nice. Okay, so we get to add that to one of our characters. So I think I'll probably just add that to Stanza. I think that might be a good one for her to have, and I think that's going to take one of her loot spots as well, and that will finish that off. So I think that is the game at this point. And so let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this. If this was helpful, if I completely botched everything and screwed up the rules so horribly this is completely useless, or if you found this helpful and you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments down below as well. Let me know if you want me to continue this campaign. I'm going to go ahead and take pictures of everything so that I know exactly what everybody had and where everybody left off. That way that if we do decide to continue the campaign, then I'll have a good starting point for the next mission. And I might put out a poll. Let me know in the comments down below as well if you would like to make suggestions on who the next tyrant should be that I'll go up against instead of randomizing it, or if you would like me to randomize it, if you just want to see what happens from the luck of the gods. So as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos and leave me feedback on them. I do really appreciate it, and take into account everything you say to make the best possible videos. Until next time, I'll see you later.